Stall out them pint bottles, I granny crib. I poured so much I ain't want to live. Told money then, shit, we in the wind. I was in the hood when I clipped the bin. Since a young nigga, I been ready. Went glass house on every Chevy. In this game, I tried plenty settings. It's all or nothing. How niggas been. Got sucker niggas, keep suckers with them. One of the reasons I ain't fucking with them. Trish taking some more than her. Guess she couldn't even afford a winner. I'm open late, don't need a scale, and it's always over. Sneak wishing well, I double down, slick shit to spell. Shawty know I don't kiss and tell. I'm faded, 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 faded. I'm faded, 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 faded. And I'm faded, 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 faded. I'm faded, 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 faded. I'm a saint, but I sin. I checked in the game to win. I left, she loving me again. I let her cry out the bins and they say time heal. Mine still felt like it was yesterday. How we're moving fast, probably too fast to even catch the play. Spend some night, she pack a bag, right to me, just getting gas. Coming back, I want it bad. I'ma touch it first, eat it last, it's temporary. Holly damn emotion said it's temporary. My pain deeper than the ocean. Temporary feelings mixed with temporary pleasures. All these temporary moments and these temporary treasures. Temporary circumstances to temporary measures. Temporary friends and even temporary schedules. Temporary smiles and temporary goals. Temporary women sliding on temporary poles. Temporary comments and temporary trolls. I just pray that God bless me. Ain't no temporary souls. I'm a saint, but I sin. I checked in the game to win. I left, she loving me again. I let her cry out the bins and they say time heal. Mine still felt like it was yesterday. How we're moving fast, probably too fast to even catch the play. Spend some night, she pack a bag, right to me, just getting gas. Coming back, I want it bad. I'ma touch it first, eat it last, it's temporary. Holly damn emotion said it's temporary. My pain deeper than the ocean. To the greatest damn show on YouTube.
Here we go. Sound about right. Sound about right, don't it, chat?
Welcome to the greatest damn show on YouTube.
Y'all ready? Y'all locked in? Y'all ready? Y'all locked in? Oh, man! Double tap the screen, shut a live out. What we doing tonight, chat? Double tap the screen, shut a live out. What we doing tonight, chat? Divided we fall. We got warrantless arrest, government spending, and voter ID. I want to know who can unite the country, man. Double tap the screen, shut a live out. Call your auntie, uncle, and your cousin. Tell them plug live, and he running his mouth. I don't care if you far left, far right, liberal, conservative, Marxist, fascist, alien, NPC. Get your ass in. We finna have them conversations tonight, man. Chat, y'all locked in, chat, man? Dual stream plug in the building, chat. Are y'all locked in? What we doing tonight, chat? Y'all locked in or what, man? Ain't no way I just lost my damn papers, bro. Chat, that's crazy. Y'all gonna have to give me a second, man. Y'all give me 1 second, chat. I gotta get this shit together, man. Hold on. Damn. Damn, chat, I thought it was all bad, man. I thought it was all bad, chat. I thought we were fucked up out here, man. Double tap the screen, shut a live out, man. Who we got in here tonight, chat? Who we got in here tonight, man? We finna get it locked and loaded, man. Laurie, what it do? La, what it do, man? How, man? We locked in, chat. We got an action-packed episode, man. We finna get straight into it. We got Speaker Mike Johnson, talking to reporters after the House passes the funding bill. We got a lot of people testifying before Congress today. I think the lady in Chicago that got shot 5 times, the father of the boy that was picked up by the agents. I believe Miss Renee Good's brother spoke out as well. We also got Caroline taking questions from reporters. We got designs of Epstein Island. Oh, Chad, I know Laura Luma a little crazy, man. She a little crazy, man. But she put out a tweet yesterday talking about Qatar is trying to build a 6,000-acre Sharia compound in Arizona called Qatar City. I don't know what the fuck is going on, Chad. Qatar City sounds crazy. In Arizona, they talking about it's gonna be right next to that semiconductor facility where they're trying to build this 6,000-acre compound called Qatar City. How do y'all feel about Qatar City coming to the United States, man? Qatar City coming to the United States. This shit is crazy, bruh. Chad, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how I feel about that, bro. Qatar City sounds pretty crazy. Also we got Baltimore mayor's under fire because he spent $165,000 on a SUV, man. Also we got Melinda Gates, Bill Gates' former wife. She's speaking out. She confirms that the Epstein saga forced her to leave her marriage. Senate Democrats speak. We got a couple more miscellaneous clips. What else we got? Oh, Poly Market in New York. Poly Market is actually opening a free grocery store called the Poly Market. I'm not gonna lie, chat. They got the lease already out. They got the designs. We'll talk about it later. I believe it's supposed to open in February. A free grocery store. Poly Market drops the free grocery store before Mom Donnie. It's crazy. Yeah, chat, we got a lot going on. Double tap the screen, shut the live out, chat. I hope y'all having a good night, man. Let's share this live out. Let's hit the algorithm. Let's get it pushed off, man. Let's get it pushed off. You said take off the hat. Give me $25 super chat, man. $50 super chat, man. You might just have it.
All pedophiles should be fucking dealt with. No questions asked. But what did I tell you would happen? Epstein files get released, Bill Gates is all over it, and Microsoft stock drops 10%. Microsoft is working with the American government to defeat China and AI. So what happened? $440 billion was lost in the past 24 hours because you fucking incels out there wanted the files released. What about all the families? Oh, now I'm talking about the billionaires. What about all the regular families who have stock? Who have 401ks invested in Microsoft? Why'd you want to hurt them? Nothing's going to happen to Bill Gates. Nothing. But you motherfuckers, you hurt a lot of innocent American families. So from the bottom of my heart, fuck you.
So he's saying that the Epstein files release hurt a lot of American families. About 440 billion was wiped out yesterday. I don't know if he's saying if that was just from Microsoft. I doubt it, but maybe it was. I just think it's kind of crazy that nobody said anything when wasn't it like 1.4 trillion wiped out of the market on the 21st when Trump got talking about Greenland and tariffs and shit? Wasn't that like the worst day for the market since last October or something? That shit is crazy, Chad. It's like he's upset that the markets dropped because of the Epstein files, but he's not upset that the market drops due to threat of 100% tariffs. I don't know what the fuck is going on with some of these people, Chad. This shit is kind of crazy to me. What else do we got? Let's move on, Chad, before we get into it. Oh yeah, we going back to the bread, Chad. Y'all remember we did that, we talked about the loaves of bread and how the damn loaves of bread weren't molding. Remember how we talked about the bread wasn't molding, and y'all had me go look at all the damn ingredients on the bread, and I quit eating that shit like that, man. Chat, this shit is crazy. Now we got people running their bread up under the water, man, and this shit's not even breaking up. This shit is wild, bro. This shit is wild. I'm not eating that shit no more, bro.
Showing how their bread does not dissolve underwater and is pretty much rubber. I want to show you Australian bread underwater. Alright. Straight away,
That's how bread's supposed to be.
Wheat. And it's basically a sponge. Just like the video showed, I decided to try it.
I'm not eating that shit, Chad.
What are they putting in this bread? So this is an end piece, right? Or whatever you call it. So I got a regular piece sitting here. So I'm going to try it.
Yeah, I'm not eating that bread, Chad.
What is going on?
Well, have y'all ever tried that? I don't know, Chad. Y'all want to try that one of these days, man? Get on live, put some damn bread under the water, see if that shit breaks up or not. You said you kept some bread in the pantry for 5 months and it had 0 mold bagels. Oh yeah, you need to get rid of them bagels, dude. I'm not gonna lie, man. Yoga mat bread is correct. Yoga mat bread is correct. Where else are we at? All right, chat. Yeah, we're gonna move on. We're gonna get into this. The UFO disclosure. Nah. Let's get into the Bill Gates wife, man. This is Bill Gates' wife talking out, ex-wife speaking out about the Epstein files, man. And she said his relationship with Epstein caused her to leave the marriage, man. I believe this is why hold on. I believe this is the woman that they were talking about in the Epstein files that Epstein was trying to get that damn medicine for, man.
Ever be put in the situation that they were put in by Epstein and whatever was going on with all of the various people around him. No girl. I mean, it's beyond heartbreaking, right? I remember being those ages, those girls were. I remember my daughters being those ages, right? So, for me, it's personally hard whenever those details come up, right? Because brings back memories of some very, very painful times in my marriage.
What's up, Travis?
But I have moved on from that. I purposely pushed it away, and I can't on. I'm in a really unexpected, beautiful place in my life. So whatever questions remain there of what I can't even begin to know all of it, those questions are for those people and for even my ex-husband. They need to answer to those things, not me.
Well,
and I am so happy to be away from all the muck.
I wonder what your dominant emotion is when you read these news articles.
Just unbelievable sadness. Unbelievable sadness, right? And again, I'm able to take my own sadness and look at those young girls and say, my God, how did that happen to those girls, right? And so for me, it's just sadness for, I left my marriage. I had to leave my marriage. I wanted to leave my marriage. I had to leave I felt I needed to eventually leave the foundation. So it's just sad. And it's kind of like, at least for me, I've been able to move on in life. And I hope there's some justice for those now women, right? We see them standing up in front of microphones in D.C.
So, Chad, do y'all think she actually knows something, or do y'all think Bill Gates actually kept her out of the loop, man? Press 1 if y'all think she knows something. Press 2 if you think Bill Gates kept her out of the loop.
Good afternoon, everybody. We just had an important and historic vote on the House floor. A series of votes today.
Hold on, Chad. We finna get into Mike Johnson. This is Mike Johnson's conference. He's talking about the spending bill that passed. He's talking about the spending bill that passed. Hold on, let me get us to the ad-free version.
Good afternoon, everybody. We just had an important and historic vote on the House floor. A series of votes today, in fact, and we delivered for the American people. For some reason, many of the House Democrats wanted to shut the government down again and inflict pain on the American people. But I'm glad to tell you, I'm happy to report, Republicans got the job done. Our majority worked together, and we got the bills over the line. So we've now funded 11 of the 12 separate appropriations funding bills for the government for the year. And that's a big achievement because it's a big move towards regular order. It's something we promised and committed to. The biggest move towards that in many, many years. Now, the president, the White House, have engaged in good faith with Democrats in the Senate, and they've said they would negotiate on the final bill, the Homeland Bill. And you might say, well, now that 96% of the government is funded, it's just 4% what's out there. But it's a very important 4%. Because remember what the Homeland Security Bill covers. It's not just Immigration Customs Enforcement. It's not just Customs and Border Patrol. It is TSA. It's the agents who keep us safe in the airports and keep air travel moving. It's the Coast Guard. It's Secret Service. It's FEMA. We're in the middle of winter storms that people are still digging out from. So this is no time to play games with that funding. We hope that they will operate in good faith over the next 10 days as we negotiate this. The president, again, has reached out. We are restoring calm in Minnesota, but again, we make the plea and the demand that the governors and the mayors in these blue states and blue cities participate with federal law enforcement so that we have a safer environment in which to implement and to enforce federal immigration laws. Very, very important, and it's something the American people demand and deserve. So we'll go forward now. We hope that everyone is in good faith. We think the next 2 weeks will be critical, but I hope that they will not keep that funding in suspense because it's too important to the American people.
Mr. Speaker, good afternoon. Do you really think that they can work out something in such? Do you really think that they can work out something in such a short time period? That's not much time.
I think they can if they make the agents take the mask off. I think they can work it out rather quickly. If the Republicans say, hey, look, man, we won't come with the mask, I think the Dems fund it rather quickly. How do y'all feel about that?
I do. I mean, if everyone comes to the table in good faith, I'll tell you what we are not going to do. We're not going to work towards some sort of amnesty program or something. Some Democrats have whispered that that's what they would be about. We are not going to impede the enforcement of federal immigration law. We can't do that. We have to apprehend these dangerous criminals. We have convicted murderers and rapists and child molesters in cities across America, and we have Immigrations and Customs Enforcement for a reason. These agents, these officers are doing heroic work trying to keep our communities safe, and it's unconscionable to us that you would have Democrat mayors and governors trying to impede that work, encouraging their citizens to get in the way, and that's what's created these dangerous environments.
Realistic to work that out. How can you do that parliamentarily? How can you do that politically?
Well, it's up to the will of the people in the building, and I hope that they'll come forward again in good faith to work this out. Listen. They made a list of requests or demands last week. Leader Schumer made that public, and I'll tell you that Tom Homan is in charge in Minnesota now, and he's already bringing about many of those changes. They are wanting to make sure that immigration enforcement is done safely and smartly and efficiently, and that's what you're going to get. It's going to be balanced. It's going to be a balanced approach. Of the demands that were made, the requests that were made, many of those are already being implemented. You notice that that they're going to have the body cameras. We put $20 million additional dollars in this legislation that they're holding up right now to pay for more body cameras. But Secretary Noem came out yesterday, as you saw, and announced that this will be the new policy. These are good things. The roving patrols will be modified. There are a lot of things that I think were thoughtful suggestions that would have already been implemented by Mr. Homan and others who are in charge of all this. And so I think we can get to an agreement. I certainly hope that's true. And if they have any intention of trying to keep these other agencies of government closed, it will be a fool's errand. And remember, we did front load the funding for Immigration Customs Enforcement and CBP in the big, beautiful bill. So they have enough funding to go for the next few years. So what they will be tying up if the Democrats choose to close the government is these very essential services for everything else. FEMA, Coast Guard,
What's up, Hoodie?
TSA, and other aspects of national security. So it's a very dangerous game that they're playing. Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Speaker.
Will Republican members in the House support those changes, and do they need assurances like the SAVE Act attached to it?
Well, look, we are going to be fighting for the SAVE Act, and I'll tell you why this is so important. We've passed it twice in the House, and we will pass it again. The SAVE Act just simply says you have to have verification of citizenship to register to vote. That's about a 90-10 issue on many of the polls in this country, and we're going to enhance it by what the president calls the Save America Act. And so it would be proof of citizenship to register to vote and voter ID, which is also about an 80 or 90% issue on the polling nationwide, depending on who you talk to. These are very important things to ensure.
My only thing is, it's like, yes, there should be some sort of checks, going to vote. But it's like, what the fuck is a real ID? We got to have a real ID, a voter ID, a damn student ID, a work ID. Like, what's up with all these fucking IDs, man?
That our elections are free and fair and safe. And that's a critical component of maintaining a constitutional republic. So this is a big priority for not just House Republicans, but for the American people. And we will continue to attach this to legislation and send it over. And it will be part of the discussion over the next couple of weeks, and we'll see how that shakes out. But I suspect that some of the changes, the procedural modifications with ICE, Immigration Customs Enforcement, will be codified. I mean, they've said that they're willing to do some of this, and so we'll see how it comes out.
Hey, chat, everyone, be sure to hit the like button on your way in. Be sure to hit the like button. Let's hit the algorithm. We're 25 subscribers away from the next sub goal.
I don't think we'll have to get rid of the filibuster to get these things done, and that's certainly our hope. Yes, ma'am.
To be clear, you're going to attach the SAVE Act to future DHS funding?
I'm not going to tell you in advance how those negotiations will go. There's a lot of discussions to be held, but I would tell you what I'm saying to you is that House Republicans have already passed the SAVE Act twice. We did it in the last Congress, did it in this Congress. We will continue to try to advance that because we believe that is critically important to the American people and to our election system.
Just a quick follow-up on elections. The president says that he wants Republicans to nationalize elections. Do you agree with him, and do you have confidence in how elections are conducted right now, heading into the midterm?
We have thoughtful debate about our election system every election cycle and sometimes in between. We know it's in our system. The states have been in charge of administering their elections. What you're hearing from the president is his frustration about the lack of some of the blue states, frankly, of enforcing these things and making sure that they are free and fair elections. We need constant improvement on that front. I don't know what the ultimate solution is going to be. I'm not going to get ahead of the negotiations here, but I think that is something that's going to be a continuing theme here. It's something that we'll continue to push, and we hope the governors will insist upon that same thing as well. In some of the states, like in California, for example, I mean, they hold the elections open for weeks after Election Day. That's just one thing that bothers so many people. We had 3 House Republican candidates who were ahead on Election Day in the last election cycle. And every time a new tranche of ballots came in, they just magically whittled away until their leads were lost. In no series of ballots that were counted after Election Day were our candidates ahead on any of those counts. It looks on its face to be fraudulent. Can I prove that? No, because it happened so far upstream. But we need more confidence in the American people in the election system, and it's essential, and everybody, no matter what party you're in, should agree with that.
Yeah, but we're not going to agree with nationalizing the fucking elections, bro. What happened to small government? What happened to leaving this shit to the states, man? I thought that where the fuck is the GOP at? Where are the Republicans at, man? The fuck is going on? All I'm seeing is federalize this, nationalize that, take over this, send it. What the fuck happened to small government, man?
You know, mass mailing of paper ballots or mail-in ballots and all the other irregularities that have haunted us over the last couple of cycles. We need to tighten that up. Now, the red states have done a lot of good work in that front, but it's the blue states that I'm frankly concerned about. So we'll see how the law is modified and what's changed, but I hope we can get consensus to get that done. Yeah.
Pope Leo has cited Matthew 25:35 to critique Donald Trump's mass deportation agenda. How would you respond to Pope Leo in Scripture?
So you want me to give you a theological dissertation? All right, I'll tell you what, I'll post it on my website later today, but let me give you a quick summary. Borders and walls are biblical. From the Old Testament to the New, God has allowed us to set up our civil societies and have separate nations. Immigration is not something that's frowned upon in Scripture. In fact, it's welcome. We're going to welcome the sojourner and love our neighbor as ourselves. But what's also important in the Bible is that assimilation is expected and anticipated and proper. When someone comes into your country, comes into your nation, they do not have the right to change its laws or to change its society. They're expected to assimilate. We haven't had a lot of that going on. When people cite passages out of the Old Testament, they say, well, you're supposed to take care of the sojourner and the neighbor, treat them as yourself, welcome them in. Yes, but that is an admonition to individuals, not to the civil authorities. The civil authorities are given authority under Scripture to maintain order. Romans 12. You want to do this? Romans 13 says that the civil authorities are God's agents of wrath to bring punishment upon the wrongdoer. And it says if you do right, you have no fear of the civil authorities, but those civil authorities are necessary. It's a calling. It's a calling to maintain order in society, and we have not had that. When Biden and Harris opened the borders wide for 4 years, we had as many as 20 million illegals come across the country, and we all know many dangerous people, hardened criminals, child molesters, rapists, murderers, all the rest, terrorists who came into the country. We did not take care of our borders. Sovereign borders are biblical and good and right, and they're just, because it's not because we hate the people on the outside.
What's up, Tom?
We love the people on the inside. We should love our neighbor as ourselves, as individuals, but as the civil
What's up,
authority
Matt?
and the government has to maintain the law. And that is biblical, and it's right, and it's just, and I'm happy to have this lengthy debate with anybody anytime they want to, and I'll post on my X page the longer dissertation on that for you today, okay? Thank y'all so much.
All right, man. That's Mike Johnson talking about the Mike Johnson talking about taking questions after the government reopened, but they still have, I believe, 10 days to vote on the funding for DHS. Let's move on though. Caroline took some questions as well. Let's hear what the fuck Caroline has to say. Caroline! Isn't that Andre 3000 chat that says it like that? Caroline! See, y'all don't understand Mike Johnson. See, I understood what Mike Johnson did right there. You got to be from the South. One thing about this anti-immigration thing is a lot of people say, oh, Jesus was an immigrant or you're supposed to welcome the immigrants. But see, Mike Johnson from the South, so he went in, you know, and put that word back out to him like, yeah, but they supposed to assimilate. You know, that's all it is. That shit was probably burning a hole in Mike Johnson and where he just had to speak on it. Mike Johnson from Louisiana, isn't he? I believe Mike Johnson is from Louisiana.
I wish I had more for you. The meeting was just wrapping up as I was walking out here, so I will go in and get a readout from the president, which I myself, or I'm sure he, will provide to all of you directly on Truth Social. But I spoke with the president before the meeting, and he was in a very positive headspace, and he was looking forward to sitting down with President Petro to have a conversation. So we will all see how that went together.
Thank you so much, Caroline. What does President Trump mean when he says Republicans ought to nationalize voting? What does that look like in practice?
Some bullshit. Some bullshit. You say he quoted Paul though. Jesus ain't say that. Hey man, Mike Johnson say he in his word this week, man. But listen, Trump on some bullshit trying to federalize these elections, man. I'm just gonna be all the way honest with you, Chad. I call out the good, the bad, and the ugly. Right now, Trump is on some bullshit trying to federalize these elections, man. Something. Voter ID, okay, whatever. If we're gonna do, but to nationalize it, federalize it, what y'all gonna do? So watch Caroline duck the question. I can damn near guarantee what the fuck they're gonna do. They're gonna put agents there. They're gonna have, you know what I'm saying, big guns and shit around, and make it probably a scary process. I'm just gonna be honest.
What the president was referring to is the SAVE Act, which is a huge common sense piece of legislation that Republicans have supported, that President Trump is committed to signing into law during his term, and he spoke with the speaker directly about that yesterday, about the need to get that bill on the floor.
Now, with what Mike Johnson said about the timeline, I don't have a problem with the timeline being shortened. If he's saying California still counting votes 2-3 weeks after the election, get that shit together, California. I don't give a fuck how big the state is. Yeah, 2-3 weeks is correct.
Because it provides very common sense measures for voting in our country, such as voter ID. I don't think any rational person who's being honest with themselves would disagree with the idea of requiring citizens of this country to present an ID before casting a ballot in a federal election, or frankly in any election. And
hey, everybody hit the like button. You said you emptied the truck. You will be back. Make sure you like the damn video before you go empty that truck. Everybody hit the like button, man. What we doing here tonight? Let's crank up.
Thing the president wants to see happen. So that's what he was referring to.
But to be clear, he
president believes in the United States Constitution. However, he believes there has obviously been a lot of fraud and irregularities that have taken place in American elections. And again, voter ID is a highly popular and common sense policy that the president wants to pursue, and he wants to pass legislation to make that happen for all states across the country.
Just to follow up on that, he said specifically that they should take over elections in 15 states. Can you tell us what he meant by that, what 15 states he's referring to in terms of...
I don't give a damn if he meant his colon, if he meant the damn Legos in the back seat, man. He need to hit that like button before he go empty that damn truck.
Republicans taking over elections.
Again, what I was just telling you is that with the passage of the SAVE Act, voter ID will be implemented across all 50 states. The president was referring to specific states in which we have seen a high degree of fraud. If you look at states like California, or if you look at New York City, for example, non-citizens are allowed to vote in elections in places like California and New York City. That just creates a system, an electoral system, that is absolutely ripe with fraud. And you cannot deny the fact that, unfortunately, there are millions of people who have questions about that, as does the president. He wants to make it right, and the SAVE Act is a solution to doing it. Daniel, good to see you.
The January ISM manufacturing PMI hit a score north of 52. It's the best score since August of 2022. What should that tell Americans about manufacturing activity possibly surging?
Thanks, Murphy.
Well, the president's tariffs are working, and his economic agenda is working. When you combine tariffs and reshoring American manufacturing and investments in this country, which the president has played a huge role in directly recruiting those investments from countries and companies all over the world to the United States, you're creating jobs. We've seen construction jobs have surged in the past few months. That's because those factories are being built right here in the United States, and we're putting Americans to work. So our manufacturing sector is obviously something the president cares a lot about. That's why he's so determined and dedicated to his tariff policy, which, as you all saw yesterday, the president struck another great trade deal with India. He spoke with Prime Minister Modi directly. They share a very good...
Now Trump's over there talking to Modi, which I don't have a problem with, but it's like, this is what Vivek is talking about. If we're going to pull away from China, we're going to have to strengthen our relationships with India, which, I mean, I guess, whatever, you know, they took away their tariffs. We dropped our tariffs from 25% to 18%, I guess.
Relationship. India committed to not only no longer purchasing Russian oil, but buying oil from the United States.
What I want to know is, are we still going to be sending our jobs fucking abroad? Are we still going to have our remote workers working from wherever the fuck they're working at in the world, man? That's what I want to know, man. We're talking about tariffs and trade and shit, man. What about the fucking job? I just seen a video of a damn hotel attendant. The hotel attendant wasn't even at the location. It was a damn tablet, a screen, a kiosk, and some dude somewhere way fucking off somewhere is checking people into the hotel. Crazy.
Also, perhaps from Venezuela too, which we know will now have a direct benefit on the United States and the American people. And in addition to that, Prime Minister...
It's like, fuck, bro. How much does a hotel clerk, receptionist, whatever the hell we gonna call them, how much does that person make, bro? Like 13, 14 bucks, you know what I'm saying? Depending on if you in the city or not. Like if you're just at a regular place, you're not in the city, man, they're probably making like 13, 14 bucks, bro. And they still want to send that shit overseas. They still want to get somebody on a fucking kiosk from who knows where to check you into your hotel, man. Like, damn. The fuck, bro? Ain't no way they're making 100K checking people into a damn hotel. Where, nigga?
To $500 billion of investments into the United States, including for transportation, for energy, and for agricultural products as well. So this is another great trade deal thanks to President Trump.
Why was Tulsi Gabbard involved in a domestic law enforcement search?
Nah, hell nah. It ain't no way. Not here, man. Listen, chat. In Texas, they was paying like $11, bro. Like $12 to be a receptionist at the hotel, bro. It's no way they're making 78 and 89K. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Listen, chat. Not as many people make 78 to 89K as you would think. And damn sure not no hotel receptionist just in the middle of nowhere. Now maybe you in the city downtown somewhere, whatever you been there, but nah, man, they're making like $12, $13 an hour, bro.
Tulsi Gabbard has been tapped by the President of the United States to oversee the sanctity and the
1819, that's cool. You know, 1819 is cool, but I still think that depends on where you're at. At 1819, what is that, like 40K a year? That's still not even close to 90K a year.
Of our American elections. She's working directly alongside the FBI Director, Kash Patel. This is a coordinated whole of government effort to ensure that our elections, again, are fair.
So you said after a few months in a regular city, they put you to 25 hour, they blessed your game. 25 hour, that's 50K a year. That's still way shorter than 90 ball, man.
Transparent moving forward. I don't see anything wrong with the president tasking a cabinet member.
No, I'm talking about these like Holiday Inns and La Quintas and shit like that. They paying like $12, $13, bro. Like, if you're getting $19, $20 an hour, bro, 25 an hour, you probably at like an upscale hotel, man. You're not at the Comfort Inn. You're not at the fucking La Quinta. You're not at the Holiday Inn and Suites. You're not at the damn extended stay. Man, you're not, unless you've been there a while.
Pursue an issue that most people want to see solved. Maybe you don't, but I know many Americans do want to make sure our elections are protected,
Essence.
and that's what Tulsi
What's
Gabbard
up,
is
Essence?
focused on doing.
Is there something specific that the president has concerns about that led him to ask the director of national intelligence?
What's up, Ms. VR?
I just explained the president's concerns with voting in this country, and it's something that he wants to see solved for future elections, and I think that's something all Americans can get behind.
Oh, you said the county clerk is where you making 78 to 89K. You still gotta be somewhere. You still gotta be somewhere to be getting 90K as a county clerk, man. You go to one of them towns with about 15, 20,000 people, man. They is not finna get your ass 89, 90K. Thank you, Bone.
Do you think President Trump had a hope that this relationship could be fixed? I think the president invited President Petro and accepted that offer for him to meet President Petro, and the president spoke a few weeks ago. As you know, President Petro said he'd love to come to Washington. President Trump said, sure, come. So I think that speaks for itself, and again, I'm sure the president will provide a readout of that meeting.
Sean, given the recent news and what just happened, how much does this escalate tensions ahead of these critical talks that are happening with Witkoff?
Well, look, I just spoke with Special Envoy Witkoff, and these talks, as of right now, are still scheduled. President Trump is always wanting to pursue diplomacy first, but obviously it takes two to tango. You need a willing partner to achieve diplomacy, and that's something that Special Envoy Witkoff is intent on exploring and discussing. As always, though, of course, the president has a range of options on the table with respect to Iran. As commander-in-chief, I think they learned that quite well last year with the strike in Operation Midnight Hammer, which was wildly successful and obliterated their nuclear capabilities. But those talks will continue later this week as far as we're concerned right now.
President Trump was talking yesterday about how President Putin had agreed to a week-long halt on attacks on Ukraine because of the cold weather. But today we've seen that Russia has launched some of the heaviest attacks this month. What's your reaction to that?
Yeah, I spoke with the president about it this morning, and his reaction was unfortunately unsurprised.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how many times are we gonna do this shit, man? To where, you know, Trump comes out, he hollers at Putin, they act like they got, some good shit going on, and Putin just does what the fuck he wants to do. Actually does it bigger than he's been doing it. And we can do it real big, bigger than you ever done it, right after we just told Trump we wasn't gonna do a motherfucking thing for a week, man. This shit is crazy. It's like he didn't even wait till the fucking next day to renege on this shit, bro. It's like playing spades and somebody just keeps fucking reneging. Like, eventually you're gonna quit playing with these people. Like, dude, you can't be on my fucking team no more. Your ass keep reneging, man. Get the fuck on.
These are two countries who have been engaged in a very brutal war for several years, a war that would have never started if the president were still in office. It started because of the weakness and incompetence of the previous president, Joe Biden, and that's why the president continues so aggressively.
Man, I'm going to be honest with you, Caroline. I'm just going to be all the way honest with you, man. We could talk about this war wouldn't have started because of Biden, but listen, Biden ain't got nothing to do with Bulletproof telling us, man, that it's supposed to be a week-long peace deal because of this outrageous fucking blizzards that's going on over there, and then we get the heaviest day of bombing ever. That ain't got shit to do with Biden. Man, Biden is battling cancer right now. Probably got his stunner shades on at the crib, waiting on the damn sports center to come on, man. I don't know what the fuck Biden's doing right now, man. Does anybody know what Joe Biden's doing right now? I didn't think so, man. I didn't fucking think so. Nobody knows what Joe Biden's doing. Nobody gives a fuck what Joe Biden is doing, man. What the fuck does Joe Biden have to do with Bulletproof coming out telling us that he has a week-long peace deal struck and then we see bombings going on everywhere? What the fuck does Joe Biden have to do with that, man?
To pursue diplomacy to end this war. That's why Special Envoy Witkoff and Jared Kushner will be in Abu Dhabi tomorrow for another round of trilateral talks. I would note the trilateral talks that took place last week or the week prior are historic by nature. Never before have all three of our countries really been able to sit down at the negotiating table to move the ball forward towards peace. So Special Envoy Witkoff,
what's up, Big Niche?
Jared Kushner and President Trump made the impossible possible with respect to peace in the Middle East, and I know they're looking to do the same with respect to the Russia-Ukraine war as well.
On Harvard, the president said yesterday he's now seeking $1 billion from Harvard. One, how do you arrive at that number? And two, he said he wants criminal, not just civil, charges against individuals at Harvard. Does he want to see Harvard officials arrested there criminally?
I seen something circulating around where they're trying to say, I don't know how true it is. I don't know. I didn't go really look. But they're trying to say that Joe Biden been dead, man. They're trying to say Joe Biden has not been here and they've been replaced and they body swapped Joe Biden, man. I remember seeing that clip of that tall-ass Joe Biden. Like, damn, he was like tall as hell, like he was ready to dunk or something. But how do y'all feel about that? They saying, you know, Dick Gregory said it's two Trumps before. Before Dick Gregory died, he said it's two Trumps. They saying they body swapped Joe Biden. Kevin Gates said he paid $2 million for a clone. I don't know what the fuck is going on, chat. I don't know what to believe right now, bro.
I will let the president and also the Justice Department and those who will be pursuing that against Harvard speak on the specifics of that matter. But I know that the president wants to see a deal struck with Harvard that is appropriate and that ensures they are held responsible for the criminal behavior, the illegal behavior, the harassment and the targeting of Jewish American students on their campus that took place over the course of the last year, several years. This is something the administration has been working on over the course of the last year, and the president himself has been directly involved, as evidenced by that True Social statement.
What does President Trump want to see happen during this 2-week negotiation period for DHS funding? Is he confident that a deal will be reached? And what specifically is he willing to accept on some of the ICE and Border Patrol reforms that Democrats are asking for?
Well, look, President Trump will be the ultimate decider of any policy changes on anything, especially with respect to immigration enforcement. What I will tell you is the president is never going to wait.
Yeah, I ain't really heard anybody talk about that no tax on tips, Kenny, but I have seen people being pissed off about that no tax on overtime because they're saying that they thought it was no tax on overtime, but it's actually no tax on that half a time. You know, like when you work your 40 hours and then they start giving you time and a half, you're not getting taxed on the half. You still getting taxed on that time when you're in overtime. You just not getting taxed on that half. And a lot of people was pissed off about that.
In enforcing our nation's immigration laws and protecting the public safety of the American people, and his ardent support of ICE and Customs and Border Patrol, who unfortunately the Democrat Party has made a decision to demonize. I heard Senator Schumer referring to them as Donald Trump's Nazi secret police force, I believe were his words. I don't recall that same language being used when President Obama was in the White House and was deporting millions of illegal aliens from our country using this very same agency and these very same agents who, by the way, have jobs because of the laws that were passed by Congress. So as for policy discussions that will take place, Congress will have those. The president will decide on those. You saw yesterday Secretary Noem announced that DHS agents on the ground in Minnesota will begin using and wearing body cams. That's something DHS is looking to roll out nationwide, assuming they have the funding for it. So that could be part of the discussion. I know Tom Homan has been on the ground in Minnesota. He's there again today for direct dialogue with state and local officials to move these conversations.
Okay, so let's say that you make, you know what I'm saying? Let's pull out the calculator, chat. All right, let's say to keep the numbers around. Let's say you make 20 hours, right? You doing 50 hours a week, right? So that extra 10 hours is gonna be time and a half. What's that? $30, right? So you won't get taxed on the half. So $30, you won't get taxed on the 10. So 10, and clear this shit out. So you'll have $10, 10 hours. So you getting about an extra $100 a week, man. $100 a week tax free. If you making 20 an hour, you get an extra $100 a week tax free.
Conversations forward as well, and I think you'll be hearing more from Mr. Homan tomorrow on some of the progress that has been made. So look, we're willing obviously to have this dialogue and to talk and to listen, but we are not going to concede in enforcing our nation's immigration laws and delivering on the mandate the president was given by nearly 80 million Americans to deport illegal alien criminals from our country.
Any preparation for a visit from Delcy Rodriguez from Venezuela, and your statements on the political prisoners situation in Venezuela?
Sure. I don't have a date for a visit at this time. I know it is something that has been discussed, but no firm plans at this point. As for the release of the political prisoners, the president and this entire White House, and I think the whole country, should be very pleased to see that. It's a commitment that Ms. Rodriguez made, and she has kept, and we expect her to continue to keep.
Is the administration still expecting the ICE agents in the Super Bowl? And what are the comments from President Donald Trump regarding...
I don't know how old her cousin is, but she pregnant, so he's still shooting up the club.
What Bad Bunny said during the Grammy Awards, ICE
I have not spoken with ICE or the Department of Homeland Security or Secretary Noem with respect to enforcement at the Super Bowl, so I don't want to speak on a topic that I don't have knowledge on. I'm sorry, but I would defer you to them. I'm sorry?
The statements of Bad Bunny saying ICE out.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think it's very ironic and frankly sad to see celebrities who live in gated communities with private security, with millions of dollars to spend protecting themselves, trying to just demonize, law enforcement, public servants who work for the United States government to enforce our nation's laws. And you didn't hear this same type of uproar from celebrities in Hollywood when the previous administration allowed an invasion of our nation's borders and allowed innocent women and girls like Jocelyn Nungare and Laken Riley to be killed and raped and murdered at the hands of people who should have never been in our country in the first place. And now you have law enforcement who are simply trying to do their jobs to remove violent predators like those who took the lives of innocent Americans. There was no uproar from Hollywood and the elitist crowd at the Grammys then, but there is now, and I think that speaks to the unfortunate irony that we're seeing in Hollywood today. I'm sorry?
President Trump approval ratings has went up in the Hispanic community since the Maduro's capture. What do you think about that? Because the legacy media said that the Hispanic community is scared about Trump policies.
Yeah, I think it's a great point, but what the president obviously did with respect to Venezuela was a great thing for all Americans, but especially Venezuelan Americans who fled Maduro's illegitimate regime because of the horrors of communism. And I think it's a good lesson for all.
32 years. Damn, why did it switch, Chad? I didn't mean to click that. But you said he 32 years to her senior? That's kind of crazy. That is a little crazy. How old is she? Like 27?
We're going to go ahead and start this joint hearing, and I want to first begin by welcoming everyone. My name is Robert Garcia, and I'm the ranking member.
Compromise then on the civil side without meaningful, transparent, real investigation.
Thank you.
All right, here you go, Chad. This is the lady that was in Chicago. This is the lady that was in Chicago that ended up getting shot like 5 times. So this is my problem with the right now. I've been coming at the right really hard lately. I've been coming at the left pretty hard too. I guess I'm just saying fuck everybody right now. But they say that it's only happening in Minnesota. Like, if ICE is out of control, why is it only happening in Minnesota and shit? And it's like, people, like, forgot that this woman got shot 5 fucking times. She's born in Chicago. She got shot 5 fucking times, bro.
Thank you. Next, I'd like to ask Representative Ro Khanna, please.
Thank you. Ms. Martinez, the entire country needs to hear your story. Born in Chicago and raised there. You're an American citizen, correct?
Correct.
You were in your car driving around in the neighborhood as ICE agents were there, and your interest was simply to warn neighbors that ICE was in the neighborhood, correct?
Yes, I was also gonna take clothes to donate.
See, now y'all moving the goalposts, Nigrify Hero. Y'all moving the goalposts. Now it's only blue states. At first it was only Minnesota. It was only Minnesota. Now it's only blue states. See, y'all be moving the goalposts, man.
Local church.
And as you were driving along, following the rules of the road, an ICE agent slams his car into your car, correct?
Correct.
And you panic. You immediately stop. The agent doesn't ask you politely get out of the car. The ICE agent comes, and so you panic. You move to the left lane. The ICE agent gets out and starts to shoot you, correct?
As I was driving away, yes.
Shooting an American citizen. Once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, but 5 times. Is that correct?
Correct.
That you testified that
shot her ass 5 times on the way to get some coffee.
My life was nearly taken by my own government. Correct?
Correct.
And then the ICE agent doesn't say, how can I help when you've got blood running out of your body? The ICE agent doesn't call 911. You have to drive a mile.
Man, what the fuck is 911? What the fuck is 911? I'm just going to be all the way honest with you. ICE agent doesn't cause 911. What the fuck is he talking about, bro? Like, what? I've never heard anybody call that shit 911, bro. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, chat. I've never heard anybody call that shit 911, man. Where we at? 4430? Hold on.
And then, correct?
Correct.
And then the ICE agent doesn't say, how can I help when you've got blood running out of your body? The ICE agent doesn't call 911. You have to drive a mile. Call 911, 911 to get medical attention, correct?
Correct.
And then you go to a hospital.
The fuck is he talking about, man?
They're so concerned about detaining you, they don't even let you get adequate health care. Is that correct?
Correct.
You have to beg them to take you for medical care.
Correct.
As an American citizen.
Correct.
And then you're arrested, detained, and called a domestic terrorist after this ICE agent shot you 5 times.
Correct.
I'm angry on your behalf, Ms. Martinez. Tell me, what do you want this government to do to apologize to you and make you whole for what happened to you?
Apologize.
Some motherfucking chicken, man. Some money, man. Man, listen, bro. They shot that woman wrongfully. She wouldn't be wrong if she asked for $10 million a motherfucking bullet, man. Settle out right now for $1 million a bullet, man. Y'all shot me 5 times, man, at $5 million minimum, man. $5 million, man. Shot me 5 motherfucking times. $5 million. I want 50.
Accountability, that's all I want. Just sorry. You're not a domestic.
Sorry, man. Fuck that, man. Listen, chat. Motherfuckers shoot me, they might well hold their sorry, man. I hold that. I don't want to hear no apology. You just fucking shot me. I don't want you to apologize for shooting me, man. It's just not gonna make it right, man. What the fuck is going on, man? It's either gonna be some chicken or some fucking retaliation, or I'm not gonna feel whole. I'm just gonna be honest with you, chat. Thanks, but no thanks. Keep your fucking apology. You just shot me 5 times, bruh. I don't give a fuck who it is, bro. Like, just give me some money, bro.
That's it. That's all I want. That's all I'm asking for. For them to admit that they were wrong. Everything that they said about me, I just want accountability and for them to say, no, you're not a domestic terrorist. We were wrong. Sorry, a simple sorry. That's it.
And I know you mentioned Charles Exum, agent who shot you 5 times.
Correct.
I believe he should be arrested. I believe he should be prosecuted. I believe it is outrageous what happened to you. This government owes you an apology, and I appreciate your courage for telling your story here today.
Thank you.
Senator Padilla.
Thank you both, Senator Blumenthal, Representative Garcia, for convening us once again on these difficult but necessary conversations and to bring these stories to light. And I want to thank all the witnesses for your participation here as well, for your bravery, for your courage to share your stories, particularly Ms. Martinez, Ms. Rahman, and my constituent from California, Mr. Rascon. I know it's not easy. It's time.
After we watched this one, chat, the dad actually spoke. I believe the dad that had the 5-year-old, the one they said he ran off on, and the judge had to let the baby go with the Spider-Man backpack. He spoke here today too.
On your part, emotion on your part, so fresh because of what has happened to you and to your families. I don't want to repeat some of what's been said by my colleagues or ask you questions because you've done such a powerful job in sharing your experience, not just for this committee or these committees to hear, but for the world to hear, right? Because the cameras are here. The press is paying attention. We hope the American people hear what's happening through your eyes. But I do want to add a couple of other elements to the context here. First of all, why is it just us? It's the House, it's the Senate, but why
What's
is it
up,
just
Jared?
Democrats? Administration in engaging in this truth and accountability conversation. Sadly, we've come to not expect it from Donald Trump because we know who he is. Not shocked at how his cabinet acts because they're just a reflection and an extension of him.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Chad. I'm also not with the warrantless searches, man. The warrantless arrest, warrantless searches and shit, man. Unless they're in the act of committing a crime, like they're doing something and then they whatever. I'm not with that warrantless shit, bro. I don't even want to use the word slippery slope and shit because that just sounds like I'm just not with the shit. It's some bullshit. It's some bullshit. Warrantless arrest, warrantless search. It's some bullshit. I'm not going to say slippery. No, it's just some flat out bullshit. What the fuck is going on? The fuck is going on, bro?
Let our Republican colleagues off the hook. Under normal circumstances, regardless of who's in the majority, when tragedies like this happen, congressional committees convene. Our job to provide that oversight. But our Republican colleagues refuse to. House none, the Senate not at the full committee, and not even the subcommittee level. But at least we are here doing what we can to bring this information to light. Now, over the course of the last year, we've all seen the images because while Minneapolis is in the most intense spotlight right now, seeing and hearing began in Southern California, the greater Los Angeles area. We've seen incidents in Chicago. We've seen incidents in Charlotte. We've seen incidents in Portland. And now we're seeing it intensely in Minnesota. We've seen.
And y'all see how he said Charlotte. Charlotte's in North Carolina. I think North Carolina was a battleground state. And I think Trump won all the battleground states, didn't he? I'm just saying, Chad. I wish I had the damn soundboard right now. I would have dropped a little bomb, the little boom, boom. Wasn't North Carolina a battleground state? Then Trump win all the battleground states. Didn't he just say somebody got smoked in Carolina? This shit is crazy.
Ask the unmarked cars, the agents who refuse to identify themselves. We've seen the agents coming out of helicopters rappelling onto an apartment building in Chicago, kicking in doors indiscriminately, all for purposes of making a promotional video for themselves. We've heard and seen about the tear gas. We've seen the shootings of cars like Mr. Lascon's experience and others. A few weeks ago, we saw the killing of Renee Good.
What's up, Ender?
Because under normal circumstances, I get a sense of like, oh, let's bring the temperature down a little bit. That was an officer, not just use of force, officer-involved shooting, a fatal officer-involved shooting. And instead of proceeding with best practices of an independent investigation, what do we hear from the administration? All the way to the top. No, these officers have complete immunity. Number one, that's not true. It's wrong. Number two, it's the opposite message, the wrong message to send to the agents in the field. As heartbroken as I am, I'm not shocked that less than 3 weeks later.
That's the complete wrong message to send, man. That's the complete. We know human nature is people take things too fucking far, man. When you tell somebody they have, do what the fuck you want, guess what? They're gonna do what the fuck they want. At work, especially. At the end of the day, these people are at work, man. They're at work, man. You tell motherfuckers at work, man, they can do whatever the hell they want to do, chat. We know what the fuck's gonna go on. Are there gonna be some people that upstand and uphold what the fuck is supposed to be going on and are actually good workers and do their job and others around them job? Yes, there are. But it's also gonna be some motherfuckers who just do what the fuck they want to do.
Later, Mr. Preddy was shot 10 times in the back. All for what? Because Mr. Preddy were exercising their First Amendment rights.
What's up, GB?
They're speaking up on behalf of their neighbors. That's so core to our democracy, freedom of speech. I appreciate Mr. Stoughton's contribution to this conversation here because under normal circumstances, right, I've been in public service a long time. I've served in local government, state government, and out the federal level. Under normal circumstances, we lean on a credible, independent investigation. Sometimes it's administrative at the beginning to find out what happened and if consequences or accountability are in order for an officer. Absent that, because our country's history is not perfect, under normal circumstances, we turn to the Department of Justice, Civil Rights Division, oversee a credible, independent investigation and bring forth consequences and accountability when warranted. But sadly, we're not living in normal times. And so we do need to exercise any leverage point we can for the important reforms and restraints of what's happening on the streets, safety of our communities and our constituents. And I bring that independent investigation as an example because when it comes to state and local law enforcement, our citizens have yet another recourse.
See, this is the thing, man. The feds are in a position because if the feds charge them and the feds investigate it like thoroughly and actually bring charges and it goes to court, their whole narrative of immunity and just, ruthless, what did Trump just say? Widen authority. We're at the point of warrantless arrest now, chat. I don't realize if y'all know how far the fuck that is we've gone. Warrantless arrest is pretty crazy. Yeah, man, this shit is wild, bro. I'm just gonna let it play.
Can bring a civil right of action. The government fails in their responsibility. But colleagues, sadly, that is not an option when it comes to ICE agents or CBP or other federal law enforcement officers. So we're living in a time when victims of their violence have no other recourse for justice. And Senator Blumenthal and I and others, both sides of the Capitol, are working hard to advance legislation to that effect.
Yeah, nah, that Mom Donnie being a kid picture was fake. That's not Mom Donnie's. Epstein's not Mom Donnie's son, but yeah, Epstein not being dead, that's an actual possibility.
Inez deserves justice. Ms. Rama deserves justice. Mr. Dascon deserves justice. The people of our country deserve better.
Thank you, Senator. Next up, we have Representative Brown.
Thank you. Law enforcement has two very straightforward goals: keep people safe and build trust in our communities. Yet somehow, President Trump has managed to weaponize ICE and CBP in a way that has shattered trust and made entire communities more dangerous. What we are seeing right now is not normal. It is not acceptable, and it is not right. In just the first month of this year alone, 2 U.S. citizens, Alex Preddy, an ICU nurse at the Minneapolis VA, and Renee Good, a mother, were killed by federal agents. As if that weren't bad enough, top administration officials like J.D. Vance and Kristi Noem rushed to publicly justify those killings and slander the victims. Just weeks earlier, Keith Porter, a 43-year-old father, was shot and killed by an off-duty ICE officer in Los Angeles. And nearly every day since, Americans have watched footage of masked federal agents dragging people from cars, menacing peaceful protesters, tear-gassing neighborhoods, harming bystanders, including babies, and ripping children from their parents. These are not one-offs. These are not honest mistakes. These are predictable results of an administration from the president on down that uses disgraceful language to dehumanize immigrants as criminals, rapists, and invaders. And it is the result of a regime that prioritizes quotas over judgment, intimidation over restraint, and political theater over human dignity and life. When the government kills its own citizens and then rushes to defend itself, rather than seek the truth and ensure justice, something is fundamentally broken. And just this week, that same recklessness was aimed at my home state of Ohio. In Springfield, thousands of Haitian families, people who have lived and worked legally under temporary protected status.
What's up, Kate? Yeah, Trump ended all that TPS for them Haitians. He said, I think he passed it back in August that he was going to end the TPS for the Haitians, and he was supposed to start deporting them around February. Remember, they were supposed to start deporting them like in September, but he actually pushed it back to, I believe, February. So it's about that time, chat. I'm not gonna lie. It's February now. I'm not surprised. If you go back to August, September, when Trump signed it, ended the TPS for the Haitians, he said he was finna get their ass up out of here, man.
Have been thrown into chaos. Not because they broke the law, not because conditions in Haiti have improved, but because Trump's ICE needs bodies to deport to meet draconian political-driven quotas. These families are workers, taxpayers, parents. They have stabilized local economies, filled critical jobs, and strengthened their communities. Even Ohio's Republican governor, Mike DeWine, has raised concerns about the damage this will cause. Just last night, a federal judge blocked this administration's attempt to revoke TPS for the hundreds of thousands
Lamar, if your ass is a Haitian, Lamar, and you on TPS, yeah, it might be hot for you right now, man. Trump said that shit back August. What's up, Johnny? But yeah, it might be hot for you right now if you a Haitian and your ass was on TPS. Trump took all of that, man. You might want to rethink it, man. Lamar, damn.
Thousands of Haitians that legally live in this country. The judge also noted that the administration was motivated by racial hostility against Haiti. This was wrong in Minneapolis. It is wrong in Ohio. It is wrong in every corner of this nation. And Congress has an obligation to say clearly and unequivocally that this is wrong. So,
what it
Mr.
do, OG?
Stoughton, can you briefly explain why this administration believes it is...
Lamar, you said you've been paying taxes. That's crazy, man. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how that situation works, Lamar. I'm just gonna be honest with you, dude. Like, if you dead ass, Lamar, you know I fuck with you, man. I don't, know all your business and shit, but that shit crazy, man. Yeah, go look into what he said in August that he was gonna end the TPS. I think he was talking about going to get the Haitians in Florida, and then I know he said last week they was going to get the Haitians in Ohio for sure. Damn.
Appropriate to publicly exonerate agents and blame victims before independent investigations are finished? And is that practice consistent with the constitutional principles and basic accountability?
I could not begin to offer a rational explanation for why the government and the current administration preemptively and prematurely...
No, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think they care if you pay taxes or not, man. They got a quota right now, man. We heard them accuse Stephen Miller of having a quota of allegedly they're trying to get 3,000 deportations per day, and that's why they're doing the warrantless searches now. I mean, the warrantless arrests now. That's why they're not only targeting criminals and people that have crazy charges. They're going after, parents in the pickup lines and shit like that. It's because they're trying to allegedly meet that quota that they're accusing Stephen Miller of coming up with. And yeah, that's what's going on.
Rates officers prior to any investigation. There is no professional or democratically appropriate justification for doing so.
Thank you. And would you say that practice is consistent with constitutional principles and basic accountability?
It certainly is not.
And Mr. Stoughton, does stripping legal status from law-abiding immigrant families make our communities safer or our borders more secure?
Both legally and empirically, no, it does not.
Thank you. See, this isn't just about immigration policy, politics, or party. It's about people. It's about defining what kind of country we are. We can be a nation that enforces the law without sacrificing human rights. We can be a nation that protects...
Hey, chat, double tap the screen and share the live out. I need y'all to go to the top and hit the like button. Is my audio better? Press 1 if my audio is better now, David. Press 1 if my audio is better.
People who are contributing to our communities and honoring the law. And we can be a nation that demands accountability when the use of force goes too far and when innocent lives are lost. Because every life deserves dignity, safety, and justice. And at the end of the day, this is about this administration's lack of respect for human life, lack of respect for the Constitution, and lack of respect for the rule of law. Enforcement without accountability is not justice, and silence in the face of harm is not leadership. We owe our constituents and the families who have suffered better. Thank you.
Senator Urban.
I want to thank all of the witnesses who appeared before us today, my friend Tony Romanucci, and I particularly want to call attention to Ms. Marimar Martinez. Your name on this side of the table is El Milagro, a miracle. The fact that you were here today after being shot times. Tell your story. Purpose for you. Purpose was served today by telling us this story. I'm the ranking member of the Senate Judiciary Committee, and I want you to know for the record, Secretary Noem has not appeared before.
Man, she need to get like a little edit, you know what I'm saying, chat? She need to get like a little edit right here, man, where they showing her, talking about, I can't believe that you survived. We called you, you know, La Miracale. I think that's how they said it. And they need to just drop that mini, where she's sitting right there. That'll be a tough edit, bro. Tough.
For our committee in over a year. She's too busy to come and answer for the mismanagement of this agency and the damage that's being done, not only to the people of America, our reputation in the world when you consider the police tactics that are being used. Mr. Stoughton, I was going to go through some of the things that Ms. Martinez lived through and ask you to comment. I sense from your earlier answers what you will be saying. But this much I want to make clear. Chicago was one of the first victims of this policy of massive deportation. I came to the Senate Democratic Caucus luncheon and I told my colleagues after it got started and after I visited Little Village and the neighborhoods and saw what happened, be prepared because this show is coming to your town next. Leave Minnesota, I'm sure people in Minnesota can't wait for that to happen. They may leave some other place, but they're headed to a new place. You see, they appropriated billions of dollars for this effort, this mass deportation. Billions of dollars. So that the force that they have created, that we've heard described today, is larger than the United States Marine Corps, larger than the FBI. They are prepared to take this show on the road and to visit it to polling places and schools, nurseries, Montessori schools, all across America. To do something. It is up to us. The courts are doing some things. I wish they would do more. But we have to do our part. And that's why we've made it clear that this negotiation to change the standards for ICE is critical for us to continue funding this agency. Critical. The Republicans are arguing, it's not long enough, we need longer. No, 10 days is plenty of time to do what needs to be done. The basics, Mr. Stoughton, the basics of policing. All we're asking is that this effort and other federal agencies adhere to the same standards and principles as policemen and policewomen across the United States already. That's not too much to ask. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Senator. Next up is Representative Stansbury.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just want to start out by saying thank you all for being here and being brave enough to share your stories. I don't know what to say. I have to say that I'm literally shaking and my heart has been pounding sitting here listening to your stories. And particularly, Ms. Martinez, as you shared your personal story of sitting outside the jail as you were bleeding out and having your picture taken.
Dang.
I don't normally talk about my own.
Hold on.
Thank you, Ms. Martinez.
Thank you for having me here. Before I begin, I would like to take a moment to express my gratitude. Thank you, Chairman, for giving me the opportunity to be here today, for taking the time to hear my testimony. I give thanks to God. He has been a constant presence in my life and the source of my strength. Without him, I wouldn't be here standing. I am a living testimony of his grace. Sincerely, thank you everyone who has kept me in their thoughts and prayers and who has supported me since day one. From the parents at my school to my neighbors, to my family and friends, strangers near and far, from Mexico to Colombia, thank you all from the bottom of my heart. Esto es para toda mi gente inmigrante. My name is Marimar Martinez. I am a first-generation Mexican American. As a survivor of this administration actions, as an advocate for those who do not have a voice, those that are pleading for justice, living in fear, and those who are asking for meaningful change and accountability.
Mike, this is they testifying before I guess this is the senators. It's been all senators talking, ain't it?
I come from a beautiful family full of immigrants. I am proud of my roots. I am born and raised in Chicago, Illinois, where I learned the values of resilience, community, respect, love, and hope. Those lessons have shaped me since childhood and continue to guide me through my adult life. On October 4, 2025, those values were tested when my life was nearly taken by my own government. This testimony is my attempt to give voice to an experience that words struggle to hold, but silence cannot justify. On Saturday, October 4, 2025, I woke up tired but committed to doing the fall cleaning I promised myself I would do that day. After 2 hours, I had successfully filled an entire bag of good quality clothes and shoes I wanted to take to donate to my local church. After a quick shower and a cup of coffee, I put the bag of clothes in the back of my car and headed towards the church. As I was getting close to the church, I noticed a SUV that appeared to be similar to the Border Patrol vehicles that have been invading.
What's up, XX? This is the Maria girl. You know how what's up, Dome? You know how lately they've been saying, oh, the only people got shot, all this shit's only happened in Minnesota. Well, they forgot about this lady from Chicago that got shot in October. Remember, she was I guess she had just had coffee or whatever. The agent turned in her lane. I guess, you know, in Chicago there's cars parked on the side of the street, and I guess they thought it was 2 lanes, but one of the lanes was actually where they was parking, and the agent saw us will like hit her car, boom, and then the altercation went on after that, and he ended up shooting her 5 times. She's testifying now. They're saying that she said that she was bleeding out in front of the fucking jail while they're taking her pictures. Crazy.
In our Hispanic neighborhood. In the previous week, I had a quiet but firm sense that something wasn't right. As I passed the vehicle, I noticed an overlight in the front windshield.
You said, why did they move to Chicago? Chicago has a large Latino community. I'm not gonna lie, Chicago has a rather large Latino community.
No front plates as required in Illinois. An out-of-state license plate in the back. I then noticed a uniformed Border Patrol agent in the vehicle. As a 30-year-old USA citizen with no criminal history, I believed that I had nothing to worry about. But I was concerned for my friends, neighbors, based on the well-publicized incidents involving Border Patrol agents in our community over the past few weeks, arresting anyone with brown skin for no legitimate law enforcement reasons.
Well, we can't even say that they're lying about, well, she said that they're arresting anyone with brown skins. We can't even say that's a lie anymore because they are detaining people based on probable cause. I guess you being Latino or speaking Spanish is probable cause enough for them to detain you. So shit, at first, a few months ago, they were saying this shit was a lie. And, you know, I was listening to debates go back and forth. I never made a call on it because it's like, damn, are they doing it? But now it's not even questionable anymore. It's not even questionable. Your ass talking another language, man, a Hispanic language, or Haitian or some shit like that, man. Anything other than like European or something, man, your ass is up for deportation. You might be all right if you speaking Mandarin. If you speaking Mandarin, you might be all right. But that's pretty much about it, man. You damn near can't use too much slang.
15 to 20 minutes, I followed these Border Patrol agents through my neighborhood, honking my horn, shouting out La Migra, to warn my neighbors about the presence of these agents who have been terrorizing our community over the past few weeks.
So she said she was riding around yelling out of her car, warning the neighborhood that ICE was in the area. She is first generation. She is a citizen. She's saying that she was riding around yelling to her neighbors that ICE was in the area.
As I did this, my neighbors start standing on the porches and sidewalks, joined in on this spontaneous life alert system and began setting off their car alarms to warn other neighbors. As the Border Patrol vehicle turned on Kedzie Avenue, I continue to beat my horn and warn my community. As we approached the intersection of 39th and Kedzie, my vehicle was 2 to 3 feet to the left of the Border Patrol vehicle. He started to swerve into my lane as he was driving. I made eye contact with the driver of the Border Patrol vehicle and watched as he turned the steering wheel once again to his left and sideswept my vehicle. I immediately froze, slammed on the brakes, and stopped my car. The Border Patrol vehicle stopped just 1 to 2 car lengths ahead of me. It seemed like time stopped. I knew from watching the news coverage of other Border Patrol encounters in Chicago that I was in danger. I watched the vehicle of Border Patrol agent killing Silverio Villegas Gonzalez just 3 weeks prior. I knew I had to get to safety before I was dragged from my car and likely beaten or killed. I drove forward and went around the Border Patrol agents, who jumped out of his car and pointed his gun at me. I moved to the far left lane, striking the curb on the far left side of Kedzie. The next thing I knew,
Dorsey, I called you earlier twice, Dorsey. I was trying to call you with an opportunity idea. I know you're trying to get your channel rocking and rolling, man. I'm trying to give you a segment on the show. You know what I'm saying? Where they can call in and debate what's your name? A damn fool in your eyes. Where they can call in and debate a damn fool. And I got some people already sponsoring. You know, I got a couple people in the Discord that I'm trying to, give, opportunity. So what we're going to do is we got some sponsors, and we're going to give people opportunity to call in and debate us for cash prizes. Dorsey will get a segment. You call in and debate an old fool. You beat the old fool. You get a cash prize. We looking for a female. I got a couple of them in mind. You call in the debater, woman. You win, you get the cash prize. Call in, debate plug, you get the cash prize. We just trying to make it fun over here. But yeah, I called you to give you that heads up, Dorsey, see if you was interested, man. You answer the damn phone.
I felt a burning sensation in my arms, legs, and that I had been shot by pepper balls, which I also seen these agents fire at people in our community. As I continued to drive past the Border Patrol agents, I could hear my back passenger window shatter, and I felt bullets continue to pierce my body. As I attempted to drive to a safe location, I began to feel lightheaded. I looked down and I noticed blood gushing out of my arms and legs, and I realized I'd been shot multiple times. As I became lightheaded, I became worried I would pass out and endanger other drivers on the road. I managed to drive a mile from where the incident happened. Passenger window shattered, and I felt bullets continue to pierce my body. As I attempted to drive to a safe location, I began to feel lightheaded. I looked down and I noticed blood gushing out of my arms and legs, and I realized I'd been shot multiple times. As I became lightheaded, I became worried I would pass out and endanger other drivers on the road. I managed to drive a mile from where the incident happened, and I pulled into a parking lot of a mechanic shop, and I called 911. I told the 911 operator that Border Patrol agents had just shot me and I needed help. I recall some of the workers from the shop sitting me down in a chair as I was waiting for help, but I was losing this battle. I saw my life flash before me and slowly began to think this was the end for me. And before losing consciousness, the next thing I remember is the EMT putting me on a stretcher, taking me to the hospital. At the hospital, I remember seeing multiple agents standing around, watching me be treated for my wounds. My arms, legs, and chest were all wrapped in bandages. I had 7 bullet holes in my body. I remember the agents rushing the nurses to finish up so they could take me with them. I still felt dizzy. I was not able to fully process what had happened to me. After being at the hospital for less than 3 hours, I was discharged from the hospital and took custody of the FBI. As we left the hospital, I was escorted out through the back in a wheelchair. I observed over dozens of Border Patrol agents waiting outside the hospital. One of the agents came out to me with his cell phone and took a photograph of me. It was the same agent who had previously kept coming in and out my room, and I had to repeatedly tell him to leave. I told him I did not consent for him to photograph me, but he did not care. It still haunts me that this agent has my photo on his phone. Was this the agent that shot me? Is this a trophy for him? I was next taken to the FBI building for further processing because they rushed me out of the hospital so quickly the blood started soaking through the bandages. I heard the agents talking about how the jail will not accept me in this current condition. I begged the agents to take me to a different hospital to give me proper medical care. Seeing me stand in a pool of my own blood, they were concerned about my health. One of the kind FBI agents brought a bag of additional bandages and worked quickly to pour more dressings over my bloody bandages.
All right, Miss Bones.
The FBI agents agreed to take me to a different hospital where my wounds were treated again, and I received additional medical care before being released back into law enforcement. Before being released back to law enforcement custody the following day. The agents took me from the second hospital to the federal detention center in downtown Chicago. I had never even had a parking ticket before, and now I was sitting in federal detention center just for being the victim in a minor traffic accident. Things were surreal. The news in the jail that evening had my story and was being called a domestic terrorist. They said I quote-unquote rammed federal agents. I was in shock. If they only knew I was away from paying off my truck and I would never intentionally damage my vehicle. Be crazy enough to hit a law enforcement. On Friday, I was teaching the young children at the Montessori school, and we were singing and dancing and getting ready for spooky season, preparing fall activities to do the following week. And on Saturday...
All right, Chad. This is the guy right here who, I believe it was his son that was deported, or maybe his nephew.
Hello, good afternoon, and thank you for allowing our story to be heard. I am Daniel Rascon, a 23-year-old U.S. citizen from SoCal. I'm the eldest of 3 brothers and father to a nearly 3-week-old baby girl. I operate a forklift for work and currently have my CDLA license and dental assisting certification. I'm no celebrity, but I am loved by many in my community, and there are many that I love and I'm thankful for. The morning of August 16th, 2025 would quickly become unforgettable, especially because my future father-in-law, Francisco Longoria, wanted me to run an errand with him and his son, Jonathan.
Oh, so that's his father-in-law.
When all I really wanted to do was just sleep in. We took Jonathan's truck with him sitting in the passenger seat, Francisco driving, and me sitting behind Francisco, when we were just 2 minutes away from home. At 9 a.m., 2 unmarked trucks suddenly boxed in our car. I had been looking down at my phone, but when our car abruptly stopped, I looked up thinking we must be at a red light or in a traffic jam. My surprise, I was instead met with four men in face masks, sunglasses, and baseball caps, and guns drawn, pointing straight at us walking towards our car. These 4 men then tried forcing their way into our car by pulling on the handles, pounding on the windows, and yelling at us to roll down the windows, all while failing to answer our repeated requests for their identification and what they wanted. I did not know who these men were. They were refusing to identify themselves, and the only thing I felt I could control was capturing this event by recording it on my cell phone. There were 2 men on either side of the car, and they were not wearing any uniform. I could not tell who these men surrounding our car with guns were. We again asked them to show identification and why they were approaching us with so much aggression. Only seconds after they started pounding on the windows, one of the men broke the driver's side window, punched Francisco in the face, and began reaching into the car. At the same time, a man on the other side of the car broke the passenger window where Jonathan was sitting and began reaching into the vehicle. They shattered the windows, and in that moment, the whole world felt like it was the size of the inside of our pickup. And we were sitting in harm's way with nothing to do but record the horrifying experience. Terrified for our lives, Francisco bravely drove straight through the only open pathway down the street, hoping to be driving towards safety. When we were
So the 5-year-old is not his son. The 5-year-old is his girlfriend's sister, his fiance's, I guess, little brother. The 5-year-old is his fiance's little brother. He was in the car. So it wasn't his son. It was his father-in-law's soon-to-be son.
Instead met with gunfire. After we had passed the men, one of the 4 men attempted to murder.
Be sure to hit the like button. Everyone hit the like button.
Us after we passed by, as he fired and made contact with the passenger side of our car multiple times. I will never forget the fear.
Oh, we got to get some subscribers too, chat. Why is the sub count not moving? That's crazy. That's crazy. Are y'all going to look around or what? We hang out every single day over here. This is my second live today. And I worked a 10-hour shift. What is we doing, man? Damn.
And having to quickly duck my head as the shots were fired at the car. Any one of those bullets could have killed me or 2 people that I loved. We narrowly escaped as pieces of glass fell on our heads as we drove down the bumpy road. 3 minutes changed our lives forever. The incident began at 8:49 a.m. and we were home by 8:52 a.m. We left home that morning with the truck in good condition, but we returned home with the, excuse me. I'm sorry. What is that? We were in, sorry, I lost myself here. Yes. We were home by 8:52 a.m. Left that morning with the truck in good condition, but we returned home with a truck that had 2 shattered windows and bullet holes. We then called 911 to report that 4 men who were hiding their identity software was flying over our property. Next thing we know, local officers showed up at our home, handcuffed Francisco, put him in the officer's car, and began individually.
Oh, so he's saying that they shot at the car first. So where was the baby at? So they left the baby at the scene when they got shot at, then the helicopters came. Where did the baby get left at?
Questioning us. The officers then allowed the same 4 men who had just attacked us to come to our home. Those 4 men were asked to identify who they were looking for, but they had zero idea as to who they were even targeting. Pointing to me.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. They probably think a lot of y'all look alike. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got that thing with black people too. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes I think Asians look alike. You know what I'm saying? So I guess I get it, you know.
As the driver, these masked men had just shot at us, and they were now in our home, treating us as the people who had done something wrong. The man who shot at us went to my future brother-in-law, asked him questions about the video we took of their attack, and lied, saying those were not shots. When the officers left our home almost 3 hours later, we were told that the FBI would continue the investigation. However, almost immediately after the officers left our home, 2 men walked up to our gate and told us to let them in. We could immediately tell this was not the FBI, but instead ICE and HSI agents. The HSI agent then said, "Is he here?"
What
They
up,
never
Sonny?
clarified who he was. I said we were told the FBI would be coming and we would be waiting for them to arrive. The HSI agent looked at me and said, "For all intents and purposes, we are the FBI." As time passed, more and more ICE and HSI agents arrived in unmarked vehicles with no license plates. They had gear on and walked around our home with submachine guns, assault rifles, and holstered pistols, making sure to
What's
keep
up,
their hands on
Tracy?
the weapons for fast drawing.
Nah, this is the same person. This is the guy. He said he was in the truck with his stepdad. I think this is the one that left the backpack. I think he's finna talk about the Spider-Man backpack and the little boy and all of that.
The agents blocked every exit out of our home and shut the entire block of our neighborhood. More than 20 HSI ICE agents and more than 30 police officers were brandishing weapons ranging from paintball guns to a manned drone, flying and mapping out the layout of our home. Our home that used to be our safe place, now being used as a weapon against us to trap us and take advantage of our surroundings. Once the agents finished asking us questions and watching our recordings of the terrifying event, they left, but we no longer felt safe. We didn't feel like we could leave our home or operate normally in the world. How do you move on from knowing someone tried to kill you and people you love for no reason? Then just 2 weeks later, on August 28th, 2025, I was sleeping on the couch when I was woken up at 4 a.m. by horrified family members telling me that men were entering our property through our gate and surrounding our entire home. These men had weapons, were wearing night vision goggles, and utilizing a bright green laser beam from their assault rifles. An armored truck was in front of our house, and one of the men used a megaphone to announce we needed to come outside of our home with our hands.
That shit sound like a raid, man. It sound like they came over there for the woo-wop, the bam-bams, man. I'm just gonna be all the way honest with y'all. This shit sounds like a rage, bro.
Our hearts were racing, and we tried getting everyone in the house awake since it was the middle of the night. Again, we were placed in a position of pure terror and did not know what to do. We called our lawyers because we did not understand what was happening. But then the men breached or comply. I was surrounded and trapped in a room full of the ones I love and fearing for every single one of our lives. We kept asking for a warrant, and eventually they showed one, and we listened to their commands. Francisco was in his sleeping attire, and we begged them to allow us to give him a shirt and socks since it was cold outside, and we did not know where they were taking him or what they would do to him. We then watched as they took him away, breaking our hearts. Eventually, Francisco went in front of a federal judge who validated that the incident was scary to watch from the recording inside our vehicle.
Maybe this is a different people. This is some different people. My bad. You all right?
Despite the lies and misinformation given by the agents, the judge believed our truth, and eventually the federal charges were dismissed. However, Francisco was taken to immigration custody and held for 3 months, where he had to endure horrible conditions. Months later, Francisco was released on bond and able to witness the birth of his first grandchild, my daughter. Yet our fight for justice is not over. We will carry this incident with us forever. Thank you, Senator Blumenthal and Senator Garcia.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rascon, Ms. Soden.
Thank you. Thank you, Senator Blumenthal, Representative Garcia, members and staff. The Senate State.
I think this Renee Good, brother.
Carolina, faculty director of the Excellence in Police and Safety Program. My comments today are my own, do not necessarily reflect views of Florida. I spent the last 13 years studying policing.
Who the fuck is this? Who is this?
We're still with you.
Any evidence to the contrary, right?
I am not aware of any of that.
DHS also claimed an agent was, quote, seriously injured, but body cam footage showed the agent in question said his injuries were, quote, nothing major. You're not aware of any evidence to the contrary, right?
I am not, and that is very typical of the cover stories that we hear and the false narratives in order to defend their actions.
There was no evidence. This is part of a pattern. As you know, Mr. Romanucci, Mr. Villegas Gonzalez was stopped and then he was shot dead. The nation knows the names of Rene Good and Alex Preti, but let us please not forget Mr. Silverio Villegas Gonzalez, a Chicagoan and a father of two, pictured here. Let me turn to another topic. Stoughton, in a ruling on DHS's excessive use of force, U.S. District Judge Sarah Ellis accused Greg Bovino, a commander in the Customs and Border Patrol, of quote-unquote outright lying. That's what this poster shows, and that's what he did in a court of law, right? Yes. In fact, during his deposition, Mr. Bovino falsely claimed and lied that he was attacked before he deployed tear gas at peaceful protesters in Little Village in the Chicago area, correct?
Yes, he lied. He hit the head with a rock prior to deploying chemical.
It did not happen. He also lied about something else. In court, he falsely claimed that he did not tackle a protester to the ground during a demonstration outside of Broadview's ICE facility. But here are the pictures of him doing just that. He lied, and he lied again. I've already called for Secretary Noem to be fired or impeached. Today I'm calling for Greg Bovino to be fired. In addition, he must be investigated and held accountable for his actions, and I believe crimes, in Chicago and across the country. Thank you, and I yield back.
Senator Klobuchar.
Thank you. I want to thank Brent and Luke for their powerful testimony earlier and for being with us to honor the memory of their sister and my constituent, Rene Good. Senator Smith and I had the privilege to meet with them ahead of time. I also want to thank you, Ms. Rahman, for coming forward in the hardest of circumstances to tell your story of, despite the claims that ICE's focus is to go after the worst of the worst, the most violent offenders. In fact, they went after you when you were on your way to a doctor's appointment. Our state is once again the center of America's heartbreak, but I hope my colleagues see that we're also the center of America's courage and hope. Courage and hope when 50,000 people march peacefully, below zero weather. Courage and hope when neighbors are helping neighbors and people they've ever even met. And courage and hope when you, Ms. Rahman, are willing to come forward and Renee's brothers are willing to testify in her memory. So I had seen the video, Ms. Rahman, of what happened to you, but hearing your story is even more chilling. But the chaos in the moment as you're just driving to a doctor's appointment that made it hard for you or really any other person to figure out what to do.
Yes, there are no signs. There's no sign of the skill that elementary crossing guards have. There's no single person giving instructions. Inside the Whipple Center, it is like that also. And I have an auditory processing challenge. That means multiple voices sound like they're at the same volume. I did comply with at least one of those people.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. And I think when you listen to the professor talk about right policing and how it's supposed to work, or our Minneapolis Police Chief O'Hara, who's been very outspoken on this, part of the problem is you have these people that are not police officers in our state. They're not following the rules of conduct, and you were a victim of that. Mr. Romanucci, I know you're representing Ms. Good's family, but I'm sure you've also heard about, to your firm, other constitutional violations. I just use examples that may not be your clients, but the 2-year-old deported that my office worked on in the middle of the night to get this little girl back. The 5-year-old Liam, who was brought back, and people were very happy about that, with his little blue hat with the ears and his Spider-Man backpack. And we just found out today that the Deputy Attorney General has announced that they're appealing that ruling out of Texas. the Hmong elder who was pulled out in his underwear when they figured out they had the wrong guy, and he was driven around for an hour, and then they realized the guy that they were trying to get was already in jail. Publicly available information had been for years. Can you talk about the repeated constitutional violations happening in my home state?
Madam Senator Klobuchar, we see this routinely. It's cringeworthy to watch the video every day on the news and to see what is happening in Minneapolis to American citizens who are having their rights violated consistently, routinely. It sounds like a schoolyard when you're saying constitutional violation, First Amendment, Second Amendment, Fourth Amendment, 10th Amendment, 14th Amendment. It's like we're reciting something. It is consistent, it's routine, and it must be stopped. There needs to be accountability. Without accountability, we will continue this day in and day out until law enforcement officers are able to be held accountable.
And speaking of that, how does the Trump administration's refusal to cooperate with our state attorney general's office, Keith Ellison, our local authorities, refusing to have the Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension investigate your client's family's loved one's case interfere with holding people accountable?
Well, it absolutely starts with the false narrative that officers, law enforcement officers, have absolute immunity, because that gives them the right to think they have absolute impunity. And without any significant parallel investigation or cooperative investigation, there cannot be accountability either on the civil side, administrative side, and certainly there's going to be compromise then on the civil side without meaningful, transparent, real investigation.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next, I'd like to ask Representative Ro Khanna, please.
Thank you. Ms. Martinez, the entire...
All right, we seen that part right there, Chad. We finna move on, man. Double tap the screen, share the live out, Chad. I believe Hakeem Jeffries spoke today. Let's see what Hakeem said, man, and then we gonna open up the phone lines. We're gonna open up the phone lines after that. Or do y'all want to do a panel? We can do a panel or open up the phone lines. That's up to y'all. Let's see what Hakeem said. Hakeem, why do y'all call him Timur Obama? That's crazy.
The partial government shutdown and the latest on the Epstein files. I spoke earlier today with House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries of New York. Leader Jeffries, welcome back to the NewsHour.
Thank you for having me on.
More than 20 House Democrats voted with Republicans to reopen the government. You voted against the measure. Why?
Well, what's clear to me is that there needs to be dramatic change at the Department of Homeland Security. We supported the 5 bipartisan bills that are now on their way to President Trump's desk because they are actually designed to promote the health, the safety, and the economic well-being of the American people. Rosa DeLauro, top Democrat on the Appropriations Committee, did a tremendous job in negotiating those bills. The American people don't want to see their taxpayer dollars, however, utilized to brutalize and kill American citizens. Taxpayer dollars should actually be used to make life more affordable for everyday Americans. And that's going to be the genesis of the fight over the next 10 days as we approach the funding deadline on February 13th for the Department of Homeland Security.
That's right, and we should explain to folks who might be unfamiliar. This agreement kicks off this 10-day sprint now for Democrats and Republicans to agree on policy changes for how ICE should operate. What specific changes do you believe must be addressed before Democrats support longer-term funding?
Fundamentally, we believe that ICE should conduct itself like every other law enforcement agency in the country. Police officers don't wear masks. Sheriffs don't wear masks. State troopers don't wear masks. There's no justification for the manner in which ICE is conducting itself in terms of masks. They should be required to have body cameras. They should be required to obtain judicial warrants before they can rip everyday Americans out of their homes or out of their cars. We want to make clear that there's an explicit prohibition from ICE detaining or deporting American citizens, which we have seen examples of, unfortunately. We believe that if ICE agents break the law, they should be held accountable. And those investigations should be fair, complete, and independent, which also means giving state and local authorities the ability to investigate violations of state and local law.
The DHS Secretary, Kristi Noem, said this week that DHS will deploy body cameras to Minneapolis and other cities as funding allows for those agents who are working in those cities. Is that sufficient? Is that a good enough first step, a sign that the administration is at least open to changes?
Well, Kristi Noem has zero credibility. Certainly it is the case that body cameras should be required, and we also know that the Department of Homeland Security has more than enough funding. In the one big ugly bill, where Republicans enacted the largest cut to Medicaid in American history, and at the same time stripped away about $186 billion in support for nutritional assistance, they literally stole food from the mouths of hungry children, seniors, and veterans in order to give the Department of Homeland Security a $191 billion slush fund, $75 billion of which went to ICE. So
What's going on, Doris?
Hey, what's going on, Plug? I see your show and so forth. Sorry I missed your call. I was walking the dog, man.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later, man. What's going on? We got the debate night going on tonight. I'm trying to get some people to call in the debate tonight.
Okay, I'll get on the debate later on tonight.
No,
but,
I'm saying right now.
Hakeem,
yeah, go ahead.
Huh?
No, go ahead. What about
Hakeem? Hakeem Jeffries is a Timo or whatever the hell he is, because he tries to imitate Obama with the little hand gestures and shit. He's not good at it. You know, he's not fluid. You know, Obama, you know, he hypnotized the hands like he was a pimp. You know, like, hey, baby, you know, when I'm talking to you, look at me in the eye when I'm talking to you, baby. You know, that kind of just, Jeffries is like he's using sign language or something and shit, you know, so.
Yeah, not tonight, Dome. Not tonight. Hold on, Dorsey. Not tonight, Dome. We're not doing the cash prize tonight. We're going to have a actually official day. I'm going to get the flyer posted on the community tab, and it's going to be cash prizes, debate Dorsey. We got to figure out his episode name. I don't know if Essence want to do it or not, Dorsey. You're going to have to be on camera, too. I don't know if Essence want to do it or not, or Ronnie, but I was going to hit up Ronnie, Erica, Essence, you know, all of them people that's pretty much the people that joined the panel. I was going to see if they wanted to actually, you know, have them a debate night, talk with some people, you know, and they said that they'll sponsor it, you know, put up some cash prizes to help us, you know, grow the channel, grow the platform. Go ahead, though, Dorsey, what about Hakeem?
Oh, so we're competing for money?
Man, listen.
I'd be more than happy to debate and be on my best behavior when you're talking about money.
Come on, man. How you feel about Hakeem? That ain't even tonight.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, Hakeem, yeah, he don't want to be. He a nobody. You know, he has, you know, vision, but he don't have what it takes. He don't have the savvy. He's a clumsy orator, and you know, the Democrats just gave him the little thing because he kind of looked like Obama, you know, which is kind of insulting. Because they think they can get any copycat nigga and throw him up there, and we gonna vote for him. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of disappointed in the Democrats because, you know, Obama was one of a kind. You can't bring no second-rate imitator, and you know, just because he a little couple shades lighter than Obama, nah, we ain't going for that. You know,
all right. Well, how you feel about the warrantless searches?
The war on what?
Warrantless searches, warrantless arrest.
I think they can do that. Shit, I mean, the cops used to arrest me all the time. I ain't need no warrant. Shit, they used to arrest my ass just for committing a crime. So if you committed a crime, then, you know, hey, first of all, if the cops try to flag you down, I mean, I know it's ICE and they don't identify themselves and all that, but he been around long enough to know what the get down is, and he knows that, you know, when they came up and approached him, that, you know, it was a possibility that it was ICE. And then I'm going to be honest with you. If I had let my kid be with him and he did that stupid shit and the car got shot up, his ass. That's all he had to do.
Yeah,
was
I'm not
comply.
with the warrantless searches, man, because it's like, damn, it's like that warrantless arrest and searches, and then that just puts it in a bad situation out there, man. It's like I said earlier, don't want to use the word slippery slope. It's just fucked up. It's like, what's next? You know what I'm saying?
Well, is the warrant for the person or the warrant for the premises?
Man, I believe
You know
it's
what
the
I'm saying? Because
person.
if they got a warrant for the person, they're allowed to come on the premises if that's the person's
The thing about it is
legal
they're
address.
saying they're doing warrantless. There's not no warrant. It's probable cause. It's damn.
Okay.
It's damn if you look this way or you speak this way.
Oh, okay. So in other words, profiling.
Yes.
Profiling is what it really is.
Yeah, you damn right.
So, I mean, that's what it is. It's y'all turn to cry now. We kept telling y'all about that and stop and frisk and all that, and y'all said, well, it's just making America safer. Well, I feel like it's making America safer when they start pulling over suspected immigrant-looking people. Hey, they can pull me over. I ain't stopping. I got American flag I was hanging out my car, so, you know, they do what they got to do. It's only going to take a few minutes for them to know that, nah, he ain't no tether. Dorsey ain't one. Thank you, Mr. Dorsey. You can go now. And, you know, I'm going to talk about their mama and everybody else. So, shit, you know, they going to know a real American.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Real
No, I don't
Americans
like
ain't
this
gonna put up with that
shit
shit.
because what's next? What's next? They already said fuck the amendments. They violating a lot of these amendments, or if they not violating them, they pushing them to the fucking brink of being violated. It's like shit. What about the Second Amendment? That motherfucker be gone now. Now they don't need no warrant to come pick your ass up. You didn't turn in your guns last year. You didn't turn in your guns last year. We coming. You got me fucked
I'm gonna be honest with you, Plug. I don't think that any illegal alien immigrant should have a damn gun.
I'm not talking about illegal immigrants. I'm
But
talking
first of all,
about
you ain't
us.
supposed to be
I'm
here.
not. No, Dorsey, you missing the fucking point. I'm not talking about no illegal immigrant. I'm talking about you. I'm talking about American citizens. If they take away, if they already saying what, you can't carry a gun, you just can't do that. You can't do this. That. Now, what if they try to do something with the fucking guns, man, and they give you 1 year? I think didn't Canada just do? Mark Carney gave the Canadians 1 year to turn in their guns. 1 year, I believe. Is that right, Miss VR? You let me know. Is Miss VR over there? Didn't they give, I think that was Mark Carney, didn't they give y'all 1 year to turn in them damn guns?
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, you was stupid to have your gun registered. Shit. I mean, hell, if I'm gonna have guns, nigga, I ain't gonna tell you every gun I got. I'll throw you a couple of guns. So they got serial numbers on them, right? If I got the gun through other means, and we know how black folks, how we get our guns, if I get the gun on some other means, I'm not finna tell nobody what I got. Oh, that's kind of, and if I do give up a gun, it's gonna be the raggediest gun I got. I ain't finna give up the good shit.
Well, Dorsey, you're not gonna have to give shit up. You're not gonna have to give shit up. It's gonna be some whisperings, or you might look like you got a gun, or that you owned a gun before. And so now hold on. It looks like you owned the gun before. They might think that you owned the gun before. So now they don't need a warrant. Warrantless searches, warrantless arrests. This is a similar situation. Right now it's immigration shit, but when they get to talking about the Second Amendment and shit and talking about I don't like that he had a gun on him. Why the fuck not, bruh? This is not Australia. This is not the UK. You supposed to love that people have guns on them. What the fuck? This is America.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. Hey, if the Republicans are the ones who say y'all can't have guns, then that's what y'all get, because that's what you voted. You voted for Republicans, and now they turning on you. So who you gonna run to? Because
You
know
said
the
you voted for
Democrats gonna
Trump.
take your gun.
You said you voted for Trump.
Yeah, I voted for Trump.
So
Yeah,
you
I
don't
voted
give
for
a fuck
Trump.
if
I
they
voted for
take the
Trump to
guns.
get rid of immigrants.
What's
so
up,
by any
Najee?
means necessary.
You said as long as the immigrants go, the guns can go too. That's how you feel.
Yeah, because if you get rid of every immigrant, you can take the guns with you. I'm cool with it.
Yeah, Dorsey, you fucked
know,
up, bro.
and
I
that's just-
don't know, hell no. Dorsey don't care, man. Dorsey about
I
ready to go
don't,
back
because
to Dorsey about
understand
ready
this.
to go back to slavery. Thank you, Gun. Thank you, Gun, for the super
Dorsey,
sticker.
he's trying to, first of all, my people was never slaves, so you can stop that shit. We weren't slaves.
Dorsey about ready to go back to fucking slavery. This shit is
I hate
crazy.
to tell you.
Dorsey
Now, maybe
just
on
said,
my mom's
listen,
side,
Chad.
they was slaves.
How American is Dorsey, Chad? Out of 1 through 100, Chad, we doing live ratings right now. How American is Dorsey? He said as long as all the illegal immigrants, undocumented immigrants, get out of the country, he's okay with giving up all the guns, man. Making us a gun-free country as long as all the undocumented immigrants are gone. How American is that, Chad?
Hell yeah.
Dorsey
This
saying
other shit you can kill people with.
they saying you
You
100.
got
They saying Dorsey
Baseball
1,000%
bat.
American. Y'all on some bullshit. Lala, you on some bullshit. Doom, you on some bullshit. Because if Dorsey's talking about giving up the gun, I don't listen, man. I'm not giving up my guns for a motherfucking thing as a country. As a country, I don't think anybody should vote to give up their gun. I don't give a damn, bro. Listen, man, we got to bring another deal to the table. You talking about giving up the fucking guns, making us a gun-free country by some damn undocumented immigrants, man. Your ass been living in California. You been seeing immigrants your whole fucking life. And now you talking, oh, y'all ain't really had guns either, so I guess I get it. I don't know. Shit's crazy.
Hey, I done had, check this out, plug. I done had shotguns put in my face. I got to fighting with this immigrant one time. He had his pistol. I had a butcher knife in my back. I said, put the gun down, and we can fight like men. He put the gun down, so I put down the butcher knife. His eyes got big as a motherfucker. He thought I was going to come out there. Shit, you got me fucked up. Right. But my whole thing is, hey, if it's going to be where we can get all 13 million of the immigrants and the illegals up out of here, I'm talking about the illegals. I'm not talking about people who went through the process, you know, and paid the $1 million Willy Wonka ticket to get here. I want them out of here. I'm just being honest, and I'm willing to give up your freedom in order to do it. Hey, it's your rights they taking away. My shit got took away a long time ago, so I ain't worried about it.
Listen,
I'm
Dorsey.
going to become a criminal. I know how to get a gun. I know how to make a gun.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it all the way real with you, Dorsey. You're on some bullshit, man. You on some bullshit, man.
No, man, it's easy to make a gun. All you need
Okay,
is a
but
damn
then
pipe.
your ass, now you going to the feds because all guns are banned.
All guns are banned.
Everybody, that's what you're saying.
if
You're
it's
saying
banned,
you're willing to
then,
give up all guns to get all the undocumented immigrants out there because you know how to do this and do that. Listen, man, your ass get to doing this and doing that, downloading them schematics, your ass going to the penitentiary. The fuck is you talking about, man?
You know how to make a zip gun?
Dorsey, I'm not finna get on here and politic with you about that. I'm just saying that whatever you just said sounded
I'm
dumb
just
as
saying,
hell.
I'm not, I mean, I understand, plug, but, you know, there's a million ways to kill people. Shit, guns just one. Shit, if you really want to kill somebody or you want to defend your house, if they, look, if the criminals got guns, okay, then shouldn't they take them away from them?
I think it should just be, you know what I'm saying, damn near like the Wild West.
Oh, yeah, well, we know how that turned out.
Yeah, I think it should
My
be
whole
a place.
thing is-
I think there should be like one city, bro, where like nothing just matters. Like they can just, you know, go out there and, you know what I'm saying, not on no Epstein shit, but like if like some shit going on, like the Purge or whatever. Like put all the violent, crazy people, just drop them off in one fucking
It's called
place.
Las Vegas, man.
Nah, hell no.
It's
Just
called Las Vegas.
yeah, but Las Vegas still got state and federal laws. Just drop all their ass off, man. Give them like give them like I say 1,000 acres, man, and just let them motherfuckers play Hunger Games all year. Just give them 1,000 acres, let their ass play Hunger Games all year, man.
Now see, you talking about Dorsey, but Plug, you the one who got some issues to deal with, cause you talking about Devil's Island. Well, shit, why don't we just drop them off on a damn island somewhere? Why not just drop them off in Puerto Rico? You know what I'm saying? And then that way, we'll bring all the people from Puerto Rico who lie about citizens, we bring them to the United States, and we put all the criminals on Puerto Rico and let them, have at it. You know what I'm saying? Like Devil's Island. You ever seen Papillon? That movie Papillon?
Man, listen, man. I don't know, man. Puerto Rico ain't going for this shit, man. I say they put them somewhere like in the fucking wilderness, you know what I'm saying? Like in the, where it snowed during the winter, but then the summer it be alright. It's bears and shit, a lot of trees, man.
Oh, hell no.
And
I want some
then
shit.
listen, hold on, Dorsey, let
Yeah.
me finish. And then like fucking weapons crates spawn out and shit like the people, they just drop crates and shit around, man. And just let all the violent people do all the shit that they want to do, man. To each his own, man.
You on some Hunger Game bullshit. I don't know. First of all, I don't want no nigga be able to walk. You gonna have to swim to get back to civilization, because walking ain't about shit if you travel at night. So my whole thing is, if we gonna do that, then yeah, I think we should have a Devil's Island and put their ass off somewhere, like I said, Puerto Rico, Virgin Islands, any other territories. Hell, I even say American Samoa. We can put them with their ass way out there. Then we know their ass ain't never coming back.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
no.
So,
Once you step into the war zone, it ain't no coming out, man. It's over with, man. Basically, that's like you choosing your way out of here, man. Once you step in there, man, it ain't no coming out.
crime do you think?
This is for people that's gone, bro.
Multiple murders, just crimes, or what? What the crime will make you get that sentence of,
Whoever the fuck wanna go there, man.
Devil's Island.
Whoever the fuck wanna go there, man. I'm talking about even if you got an impulse, if you thinking about doing some bullshit, just take your ass over there to the damn island. That'll stop all the school shootings, all the church shootings and shit. That'll stop all of that, man. Take their ass out there, man. Intervention.
Plug, you kind of bloodthirsty, ain't you?
Nah, I'm just saying that like if we sitting here worrying about keeping crime down and all of this shit, man, put all the motherfuckers over there and let them just have at it. Shit. We ain't gotta worry about death row
but what crimes though?
Whoever the fuck wants to go over there. I said like the Wild West.
I don't know, Plug. That shit, that shit kind of wild. You talking
Exactly. Now you talking. If motherfuckers want to be Billy Badass, let them go be Billy Badass. Let's see how bad you is, motherfucker.
Okay, so we gonna put them in the middle of Nevada then, right?
Hell no. We gonna put them like in Wyoming or Montana, somewhere mountainous and big trees and shit. Bears.
Nah, just give them some place where the sand can soak up the blood. Shit. Ain't gonna have nobody.
Motherfuckers is gonna die from heat strokes, bro. Like, at least in the wintertime, they can forage and, make a little cave. Motherfuckers ain't trying to be on no survival shit, purge, Hunger Games shit in 120-degree heat. The fuck is wrong with you?
Well, shit, you ain't gonna be in the heat too long once they bust a cap on your ass, so what's the difference?
Nah,
weak ass niggas, because in Africa, it be like 140 degrees and them niggas is still killing
They need to
each
call
other.
that
So,
shit End-All Island, man, because once you step, or End-All, whatever, once you step on that motherfucker, it's over with, man, and ain't no coming back, man. It's over with, man. They gonna drop your ass supply
like
crates and shit, man.
Shit. Put that collar around their neck. Inside that, that parameter. You know what I'm saying? I mean, see me, I'm not really cool with you sending their ass all the way up to the middle of nowhere. Send their ass around the corner somewhere. Because we got
Dorsey.
you know what? Send their ass to Death Valley, since you was talking about Death Valley the other day, And since it's got the appropriate name,
Dorsey,
then they
why
have
would you want to
better.
have this shit going on in the city? The whole point is to keep crime down. You put their ass in the middle of fucking nowhere, man.
Cali is in the middle of nowhere. Shit.
Man, hell no, it's a city. Phoenix is a city, though.
Man, you love Phoenix, man. I know. I don't blame you because I had a lot of, oh man, I had some good times in Phoenix. But what I'm saying to you is, look, man, you could just drop their ass off in the middle of the desert, right? Go for broke. You know what I'm saying? What kind of guns they get? Do they get automatic weapons or just single shot?
Shit, whatever the fucking crate dropped that week, man. Whatever the crate dropped that week, man. Your ass might get a, you know what I'm saying, a pistol. You might get a long rifle. And whatever the crate dropped, man. Fuck it.
Man, fuck that, nigga. I'd rather have a bow and arrow if that's gonna be the case.
Man, you get that bow and arrow.
And night vision bow and arrow and night vision glasses. That's all I need.
We not doing night vision and all of that, man. This shit is not Black Ops. This shit the Purge, nigga.
Like, look, nigga, you get to choose your weapon, so I get two things. I need a bow and arrow and some goddamn night vision goggles. And maybe a butcher knife.
Nah, man.
Because I'm going to make some example out of motherfuckers.
I was just trying to see. We don't ran everybody
niggas.
out the live. Don't nobody want to listen to that. I was just trying to think of a way. Everybody talking about saving taxpayer dollars and shit. I'm just saying, hey, this could be an early intervention, man. Take your ass out
Well,
there,
they
man.
kill each other in prison, so, I mean, you ain't satisfied with that?
No, because prison is still, it's prison industrial complex, man. It's modern day slavery. This shit is for profit. I'm saying drop these motherfuckers. I'm saying, man, drop these motherfuckers in the middle of nowhere and shit. Just forget about it, man. It's over with.
I think it would be more productive for society just to put their ass in the military and put them on the front line. But, you know, that's just we used to do it now. You know, if you was finna go to prison, judge gave you a choice. Either join the military or your ass going to prison. And most dudes went to the military. And off to Canada, depending if you had those type of resources. So, I mean, I understand, Plug, you're a gun enthusiast and you don't want to give up your guns. And you went the extra mile to get your rights
Especially not
back,
not for no undocumented immigrants. You talking about trading the guns for the undocumented immigrants, man. You didn't say trade the guns for, you know, longevity, like health care, whatever. You said trade the guns to get the undocumented immigrants up out of here. And then what, Dorsey? Now we ain't got no guns. Now hold on, let me finish. Now we ain't got no guns. Now we ain't got no fucking food trucks, man. And we still the same niggas.
Now, if you get rid of most of the undocumented, that means you can start your own little lawnmower business and shit. You know what I'm saying? You can go out there and cut people's yards for a cheaper rate. And then, if we were to get rid of the immigrants, I think that we should bring the prices back down to what they were in 1980. That means for rent, food, gas, everything. I think that if we're going to get rid of them, because we're talking about they're the cause of everything.
You might as well just go to Australia, bro. I'm pretty sure Australia doesn't have guns, right? I'm pretty sure Australia doesn't have a lot of immigration, man. It's really not a border to cross over there, man. It sounds like you want to be Australian, man.
Oh, wait, hold up. Have you heard about them immigrants that be coming on them boats from the South Sea, from China, Vietnam, and all that, trying to get to Australia so they can live the good life?
Man, I bet it wasn't 13 million.
India,
It wasn't 13.
Bangladesh,
It
all
wasn't
that
13. It wasn't 13 million like you said it is here.
Well, I mean, because we let them in. Shit. I mean, you know, I'm just saying the U.S. government let them in. Biden did it. So, yeah, they here. And I'm being honest with you. And anybody who's from California, man, is
What else would you give up to get the immigrants out? Would you give up your voting rights to get the undocumented immigrants out?
Hell no.
But you would give up your gun rights, okay. What about women's
Yeah,
rights?
'cause
What
look,
about women's
when
rights?
when you get
Trade?
arrested, okay, go ahead.
Would you trade women's rights for getting undocumented immigrants out?
Just take their goddamn right. Yeah, in fact, you can send them motherfuckers with them too.
So now we just gonna have a fucking sausage fest on American soil. It's just gonna be a big cock fest. You said deport all the women, deport all the illegals. What the fuck's gonna be left, Dorsey? Now don't you setting yourself up for this joke, Dorsey? Now I'm gonna spare you because you set yourself up for that joke.
Hey, I'm gonna have that sex bot, nigga. Elon Musk gonna have them sex robots rolling out, nigga. We don't need no women.
Man. See,
most
if
of
it
these niggas
wasn't for
don't want
Top
kids,
Cat,
no
if
way,
it wasn't,
so-
if it wasn't for Top Cat in Essence, I had a joke for your ass, Dorsey. But I'm sparing you and that state for Top Cat in Essence, man. That joke would have been
I
funny.
don't care. Nigga, say what you gotta say, man, because you live in Arkansas. I can't even talk shit about Texas no more. You gave up Texas.
Listen, Dorsey. You want to. Dorsey just said deport all women. Listen, the chat said you sounding a bit fruity, man. The chat said you sounding a bit fruity, man.
And the niggas can fruity on this banana if they want to. Okay, that's fruity too. Thank you. But like I'm saying, y'all can say whatever the fuck y'all want to because I went to the Marine Corps. Ain't none of you. The only niggas I got any respect for is niggas who served in the service. Everybody else, I don't give a fuck what y'all opinion is. Cause you ain't proven. You ain't getting that motherfucking battlefield.
Dorsey just said, yo, fuck what I think because I done served. Fuck you, Dorsey. Thank you for your service.
Hey, it's funny how you niggas, when y'all want to get out of prison, y'all go to boot camp. When y'all don't want to go to prison, y'all ass volunteer for boot camp. It's that shit. Youngsters, you don't want to do that man years in prison. Them niggas go straight to boot camp. Straighten their ass right the fuck out. I'm just being honest with you, plug.
Carlos, what you got? Carlos, look at Carlos, man. Carlos projecting, man. He said if you get rid of all the women, I'm self-deported. For what, Carlos? What the hell you gonna self-deport for, Carlos?
That'll work right there.
Right, look at Top Cat. Top Cat talking about, hold on, Dorsey. Top Cat talking about LOL Carlos, huh? It confused the fuck out of me too, cuz Top Cat. Fuck Carlos going somewhere for if they self-deport all the women, man. Oh, shit.
Y'all ain't right. First of all, you should be celibate. If you ain't gonna get married, then you don't need to be out there fucking no way. You know what I'm saying? That's going against Christian beliefs. You're supposed to keep your shit to yourself till you get married. And that'll be the great idea. Get rid of all the women, and then if dudes really want a woman in your life, you send for a woman and you marry her, and then that way, you know, they give you a big ass magazine book to choose from. Then you contact her, you go through the whole thing of having a job and everything, and then you get a woman.
Yeah, I can tell you've been married. I can tell you've been married about 5 times, man. You hate women, boy. Dorsey said deport all the women.
Like
Hell nah, man.
When they start stinking, they got to go. I gotta go. Either one. Somebody gotta go. So, you know, and if I go, I'm gonna have me a destination to go
Carlos,
to.
we were saying that's your time to shine. You said what the hell the point of being here if they deport all the women? Carlos, that's your time to shine. You and Dorsey. It's you and Dorsey time to shine when they deport all the women.
Don't even put me on no shit like that, because Dorsey gonna be celibate. I told you, I'm out the coochie game, nigga. I ain't had sex in 5 years. Going on 5 years, bro.
Man, you lying, because that girl just said that girl you had over there said that y'all was doing it, man, a couple times. You said it's only been once, and she said 3.
Remember when we said that shit and you told break her off Dorsey, and I said, hell no, she was sitting right next to me. You was finna get some
ass that night. I really threw you a lob, bro. I really put you in the dough. You was finna get some ass that night, but you kept talking.
And old girl can get pregnant, club. I ain't trying to
Man,
have no
Dorsey,
damn kids.
Dorsey, your shit is blank as a motherfucker, man. Let's cut the shit, man. You ain't finna
Man,
have no
my
damn
soldiers.
kid. How the fuck you know?
Mongolian riders, nigga.
How the
Don't know
fuck
what
you
you
know,
talking
man?
about. Them
Dorsey,
niggas,
man,
them
them
horsemen,
motherfuckers.
baby.
Man, listen, man, you damn near shooting powdered milk over that motherfucker, man. She ain't finna. You alright, man?
Okay. All you need is to add water, and it's slippery when it get wet. That's all I can say. Now, if anybody, one of you young ladies, want to prove Dorsey wrong, and you want to volunteer to put me to the test, hey, that's y'all. That's the chances y'all got to take. But
That's
I'm telling
crazy.
you like
Dorsey a
I
crack.
ain't had sex in
Dorsey,
4-5 years,
listen,
so
Dorsey out here soliciting sex, man, for some shit that he ain't never seen, and he only want to crack it. He only want to crack his old lady that's over there. He ain't cracked his old lady in 5 years, but he trying to crack something new, man. You ain't right, nigga.
Don't make me be like Will Smith,
You
man.
ain't right,
Please
nigga.
don't make me be like Will Smith.
This
man.
nigga
Keep
Dorsey,
it cool, man.
Dorsey
That's about
tripping, bro. He solicited new coochie, bro, and ain't cracked this woman in 5 years, bro. Man, what?
Hey, nigga, hey, she got it when we first met, and that was it. Only one per customer, nigga. You don't get, I'm not finna, hey. Now, if she would cook clean, wash my dirty drawers and all that, I might break her off some. But since I got to wash them and cook for myself, hell no. Why would I? See, I used to be a woo boy. Ooh, when I was a cornflake gigolo. Oh,
Man,
hell
you told
yeah,
us you was a
I used to
trick,
be
man. You
satisfied.
forgot. You told us your whole story that
No, I was a
day,
cornflake
and
gigolo,
how,
man.
nah,
Damn
man,
right,
you told us how every woman
Hey,
you had
check
ran
this
you the
out.
fuck
I hear you say
over.
whatever you want, nigga. Look on my Facebook.
You said
once
it.
again.
You told us
Dorsey,
every woman you had ran you the fuck over.
I fucked over them. Yeah, of
No,
course.
you
'Cause they was
said
gonna try to fuck over me.
you said they ran you over. They was doing what they wanted to do, man. Staying out all night.
Exactly. I let them
Fucking.
do what they wanted to do, plug. Well, how letting a woman make her own choices fucking me over? You know, when they cross the line, shit, I'm gone.
Because you wanna be celibate. What the fuck you mean? Why you celibate now? Why you ain't getting fucked over now?
Because I don't want no kids, man.
So you just go through your
You know,
whole
a couple
life.
of my old
I ain't gonna say your whole life, but you just go through all that time getting fucked over, and now you just done. Unless it's some young
I'm
new
out
shit.
the game. Hey, plug. I don't really want to go into the details because out of respect for the young ladies and so forth. But like I said, if you go on my Facebook, you'll see the date. Because I'm gonna tell you the date when I came back to California after COVID, I hung up my thong. Let's just say it like that.
Dorsey, what the fuck are you talking about?
Man, see, unlike them dudes in the Epstein files, I'm an old man and I need to keep my penis to myself.
Right, but I'm just saying, like, so when no, I'm saying the analogy. Where did the thong come in, bro?
Because I used to have a banana hammock. That's what I used to wear all the time. I go commando, one of the two.
Man,
House,
you freaky as a motherfucker, bro. You was out here running around
I
with
used to bump into the
hold
walls
on, bro.
and all kind of shit.
No. You had a thong on, bro. That mean you had some running up your ass, bro. Is that what you trying to tell us?
Yeah, nigga, I had a thong on. How else you gonna wear a thong, nigga? When y'all niggas was wearing them skinny jeans, y'all wasn't worried about the motherfucker being all up your ass, nuts all hung up, all crunched
Now,
up.
Dorsey, we not even
All
gonna
of a
wear.
sudden, y'all got
I never wore. I wore some skinnies before. I never wore super skinnies, but we're not gonna compare skinny jeans to a fucking thong. That's not what we're gonna do here, bro. Dorsey, this is a thong, nigga.
Thong, nigga.
This is a thong, nigga.
Hey,
So like, what? Hold the fuck on. Like, would you wear jeans with the fucking thong? Like, what was you wearing with this thong, bro? No Diddy.
Just walking around the house, you know, with a banana hammock.
I mean, you out there in L.A. I thought you might have been going to the beach or something, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Fuck no, nigga. Man, one time, fuck no. Check this out. I'm being 100 with you. And Dorsey, you know, Dorsey don't, you know, got a lot. I had a partner, right? He had this $2 million house with a vineyard, swimming pool, all that. He say, Dorsey, man, hey, come stay with me, bro, because I be traveling out of town and I need somebody to watch my house. Just for $500, you can stay here. I'm like, okay, cool, Tony. So he gave me access to the BMW. He gave me access to the Mercedes. He gave me access to a Sequoia, brand new motherfucker, right? So I had met this girl from South Africa. She was Africana. Her name was Kim, right? And I had met her at the little club. You know, she was impressed with old boy's shit. So I didn't tell her that it wasn't mine. I just let her, you know, assume whatever she want, right? We got in real good. I introduced him to, you know, my boy Tony and shit. And, you know, we was cool. So one day I was going to change because we was going to go out. And Tony said some shit about my booty. Said, you know, he got a juicy booty. And Kim said, yeah, he got a nice ass. Woo, 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 woo. So I got pissed. I'm like, oh, y'all over there joking about my booty, huh? Oh, okay. That's disrespectful, right? So, you know, I went in the room and shit, and I changed and shit. And then when we got home, you know, when I got back over to our house, I beat that shit up.
What, nigga?
I beat the... Hey, nigga, I went ham on that coochie, right? She was sore for 3 days, right? I was mad, right? So, you know, when you got that mad heart on, you know, you can do some things, right? Oh, man, I tore it up. I tore it up.
Was you on drugs then? Was you doing drugs then? Like a
nah, nigga, I just smoke weed, nigga. I made her do the wheelbarrow.
I'm just saying, like, shit, you know, y'all in Cali, man.
Living room with the wheelbarrow, nigga. I put her through some changes on that one.
I know y'all been Cali, man, Hollywood. Y'all might, you know what I mean?
It ain't got shit to do with Hollywood, nigga. It's just simple wood, nigga. Hardwood, nigga. That's what I gave her. When shit Hollywood it. Yeah, man. She, you know, because I felt like, you know, you don't discuss my bedroom. You don't talk about bedroom shit with strangers. You understand what I'm saying? That's one thing I tell my old ladies. Don't talk about what I got, because then somebody else on it, then you're going to get jealous and shit. So, you know, I just tell them, you know, I really ain't I got girth. You know what
man,
girth
listen,
is,
Dorsey,
right?
we done with that shit, bro. We on to some other shit. You wildin', bro. You wildin'.
Well, you the one who wanted to bring up.
Nah, bro, you said no,
okay,
no, we don't
anyway.
want to talk about that. You said something about wearing a thong, and I was like, what the fuck is you doing wearing a fucking thong, bro? All right, so listen.
Yeah, it was a jumbo, too.
Yeah. All right, Dorsey, man. We finna go back to, man,
too.
listen. I'm finna get your ass off the phone, or we finna talk about something else. Man. What the fuck is wrong with this nigga?
So anyway, so like I said, man, I've been with 591 women in my lifetime, nigga. I ain't even thinking about what y'all saying. Y'all can call me whatever the fuck you want. I'm just being honest with you. I'm out the game, man. I'm out the game. Women can't pull that on me. They can't pull that on me. I be going to the little things and women be all smiling, and I'm cool with the, you know, kiki and the ha-ha, but when it comes, you don't get none of this. You got to pay for this. I got to come out of retirement. I'm not going to get all sweaty and shit for free. Got me fucked up.
So you don't think you never gonna get no more ass in your life?
I don't want no ass. I like pussy, thank you.
Man, you know what the fuck I mean. You don't think you gonna get no more,
well, I don't know, because y'all niggas be trying to, hey, y'all worse than the feds. Y'all be trying to pin a nigga down on his statement and shit.
Man, listen,
you know?
all right, look, man.
Nah,
You think you done?
I mean, being real with you.
So if you live another 40, if you live another 40 years, you ain't gonna get no more ass.
Did you ever see that one on Seinfeld where George gave up with sex and he started reading books and became quite intelligent?
No.
Because he stopped wasting his shit.
I never
Okay,
watched Seinfeld.
so sometimes if you give up sex, man, you'll find that you can accomplish a lot of motherfucking things in life.
Nah, I mean, that's fine.
And
That's
women
your
are
choice. I'm not
distraction.
judging you. I'm just asking. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, damn.
No, I'm
he
just saying.
he hung his cleats up.
I mean, let me ask you something. I mean, you keep on your show.
What?
What? You heard what I said. I ain't never seen no women on your show. I mean, you got Lala and you got your people who support you, but
You came late. You came late. Nah, you came late. We used to do panels every day. The panel used to be full of females. We used to debate all night, 10, 12-hour lives. You just went around then. You met me when I started doing this kind of live.
Okay, I came late then. So you a stud.
Yeah,
Is that what you're saying?
Nah, we used to just have panels. We used to be deep. It was me, Kush, Boo, Lala, Lovely would come up, Essence, Shell. We had a lot of, we used to have a lot of people on the panel.
Well, I mean, I ain't trying to be, fruity or nothing. But hey, Plug, I know you got women who interested in you, so I ain't mad at you about that. But at the same time, you got priorities and you have respect for your children. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, no, of course, but I don't put my damn business out. I never been one to put my relationships or business out like online. I ain't never done that really.
Well, I understand. I respect that. But Dorsey is a different story. See, you can put all the goddamn women on there. I ain't finna deny not one of them. Now, like I said, because of my age group, I used to mess with women. When I was younger, I messed with older women. When I got older, I still used to mess with women my age. And then I seen that they was damn immature, that I might as well mess with the young women. So
See, I really don't even like
experimenting
women that got.
time.
I really don't even like women that be on social media and shit. Like, not that be on there, but like trying to be an influencer or something. Like, no, I got it. You know what I'm saying? Now, if that's what you want to do, nah, you be all right, man.
Well, see, that's the whole thing about my old lady, man. She Japanese and Hawaiian mixed with Mexican, right? So, she don't cook, she don't clean, the only reason I was with her was for the money, nigga. Shit, I ain't gonna lie. 600,000? Shit.
Where's she at now?
Yeah, I got with her, cause she at now?
Like, are you still with her is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm still with her. She my companion. She don't like me using that word companion, but that's how I describe it. Shit, you ain't my woman.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
you ain't my wife.
You talking crazy right now. She can't be in the room.
Nah, she at the house.
Oh, you in the streets?
You goddamn right.
She be asking you where you going and shit?
Ask me no questions, I tell you no lies. That's my motto.
Well, you ain't cheating no way, so you'll be all right.
So that she ain't worried about it because she know I ain't giving it up. So, when she asks me she say, when you going to be home? I say, 2 seconds after you hear the keys in the door. And that's what I tell her.
Y'all be kissing and shit?
Oh, hell no.
I'm just asking, bro. I'm trying to figure out the dynamic of y'all relationship here. I'm like, fuck. Like, the fuck you be doing?
Looking at a nigga crazy too, Tug. She's like, I would think you would be more affectionate. I'm like, no. You got
so
me
what you
fucked up,
finna do
we
for?
were supposed to be roommates. I'm still mad at you for pulling that hoodoo on me.
What you finna do for Valentine's Day?
I'm gonna be honest with you.
What you finna do for Valentine's Day?
I'm gonna get a big old Hello Kitty, doll. She likes these candies, so I'm gonna give her a big ass box of candy. Probably some balloons and shit. I don't do flowers because some motherfuckers will. So I give her about 20 balloons. Maybe she'll float the fuck away or some shit.
You gonna suck her toes?
What? I'm gonna clean my toes. What do you
Are
say?
you gonna suck her toes?
Her toes?
Yeah.
If that's what she wants, if that'll get her to shut the fuck up, yeah, I'll suck your toe, baby. Watch them motherfuckers though. If that'll make her shut the fuck up, yeah, I'll suck your toes.
She must be talking some shit.
But you
'cause
get none of this. But you get none of this. Huh?
She must be talking some shit.
Who? Her?
Yeah, 'cause you talking about if that'll make her shut the fuck up.
Oh man, check this out. Plug, when I be trying to watch little shows, all of a sudden she want to conversate. Now all motherfucking day, hey, shit to say, right? As soon as I try to settle down, watch a football game, watch a show, anything, now all of a sudden she want to conversate. Shit, I be like, God damn, can I get a moment, motherfucker, to myself?
So she done put her cleats up too, Dorsey? She done too?
Well, to be honest with you, she understand this. You know, when she got Dorsey, she stopped searching. You know, I tell her, I say, hey, lady, put on a little makeup. You know, you really be, hey, you'll be a 7 and shit. But you know, if you,
what the fuck is she now, then?
Huh?
If she put on makeup and she'll be a 7, what is she now?
You know when Kelvin Samuel say, you know, when he tells the women, you know, describe yourself, and you can't use a 6, so you either a 5 or you're a 7. You can't be a 6. 5, because she don't want to put on makeup and shit. I mean, she got some beautiful eyes because she got that little Japanese in her, right? Got some beautiful eyes. She got a nice figure. She ain't got no titties though, but you know we can go and buy her some titties. But she got a good little shape and shit. But at the same time, she a Gemini, and it's you know, one minute she her opinion is this, and then the next minute is that, and you know I'm looking at her out the side of my eye and shit like, but you just said a minute ago, and then she'll double back and go back. So, you know what? I ain't got time to be arguing with no motherfucker. Whatever floats your boat. I don't give a fuck.
Hey, y'all hit the like button, man.
See, once you've been married, you know how to play the game. You know what I'm saying? Y'all niggas with that. See, it's like this. When y'all out there dating, y'all playing flag football, right? Flag. You know, it's a game. Get married, hey, somebody might get hurt. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But then you're taking the game to another level. And then that game, it's a full contact. It's full contact when you're married.
All right, they say get you off the phone, Dorsey. All right, Dorsey.
Hey, well, shit, I mean, you get me off the phone. You know, I know you.
Somebody else got to call in, man.
Like I said, nigga, I'm in Cali, and Top Cat can tell you, nigga, it's 25-1. And at any time I can get me a woman. But I'm not finna motherfucking get no woman to impress you lames. You motherfuckers ain't gonna pay for the baby when the baby comes. But what the fuck I'm gonna sit up here and, because I don't do condoms, you got me fucked up.
All right, Dorsey.
That's right, nigga. I go out there with no helmet, full contact, nigga.
All right, Dorsey. I'm gonna let Top Cat or somebody else call in, man.
Yeah, let somebody else. Top Cat, tell these lame what time it is, baby.
All right,
Let's go players, nigga. Bye.
Nigga Dorsey, wow. I don't know what the hell he was talking about. I didn't see y'all comments in chat. My chat had froze, so I didn't see y'all comments, and I had to refresh the chat. I was wondering why it wasn't moving. I was wondering why the chat wasn't moving. I'm like, damn. But yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get some people on here like Top Cat, and we're gonna pick some debate topics, and we're gonna give people a chance to call in and debate. But I need the debaters to be on camera, man. We gotta be on camera with this shit. And we're gonna upload those to the Debate Nation channel. It's gonna be fire, man. Fire. Some heat. But we'll do like cash prizes, 10, 20, 25 bucks, man, if you win the debate. If you beat whoever we got debating that day.
Top Cat.
Damn, Top Cat, my bad.
Press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
I'm gonna have to call you back, Top Cat. Hold on. Let me see if this works. Hold on. This is how I can see if it'll work. Yeah, nah, that shit ain't gonna work. Hold on, chat. I'm finna call Top Cat back. Let me call Top Cat back. Hey, press 1 if I'm here, chat. Press 1 if I'm back. Let me call Top Cat.
Hola.
What it do?
What it do, man? Can you hear me well?
Yeah, you good. You all good.
Yeah. Oh, real quick, Erica, I saw that shit. You cold as a nigga. Gonna tell me my Obama phone that broke the damn line. She cold as ice.
Nah, man. Puzzles, what it do?
Hey, that shit y'all was talking about earlier was kind of crazy, man. Talking about putting motherfucker on the island and just letting them go at it. You be having them type of thoughts, Plug?
I mean, shit, I heard a mayor say to just give all the dope fiends as much dope as they want till they OD, and that'll get them out of there. I'm like, damn, if he can say that, then shit, I could propose a purge city. Hell, let's put the motherfuckers out there in Montana somewhere, shit. See how tough they really is.
You know what the real problem, I was thinking about that when you were saying, I thought about it before too, that the biggest problem with that is motherfuckers is nasty and sick and crazy. So the real terrible people that you want to go there probably wouldn't be the ones that be there. They'd still be trying to be around and taking advantage of the innocent people. You get what I'm saying? So you'll send off all the warmongers and the people, the warheads. People want to see how tough they are, test themselves, or want to go on walkabout and, test themselves as human beings. But all the real nasty people and shit, they would still be trying to, stay around where they could take advantage of the innocent people. And then we would be assed out. And that gun shit, I hear what Dorsey's saying. I know why he's saying it, and I'll be saying it too. Like, I understand your point. But when you from somewhere where they already shit, I can't have one down there, period. You get what I'm saying? Like, most of us can't have it, period. So it don't even seem like they're taking something away. I can understand, but I come from the area where we shit. I keep saying it don't matter if they said I could have one or not. You know what I'm saying? You gonna have one. It don't even matter. Like,
right,
you can't have guns. You ain't new.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I could never get down with that. I ain't gonna care. Because at that point, you treat it any kind of way. I'm saying as a country. As a country, man, nah, we can't get that up, man. We're gonna be screwed either way it go. We're gonna be in the same situation. It's just not gonna be any undocumented people, and we just not gonna have fucking guns.
Yeah, I'm not finna give it up over that reason, but if we gave up weapons, it ain't like we would truly give up weapons. It would be the biggest lie in U.S. history. Nobody can have guns. We like, damn, everybody's a criminal here because ain't nobody giving up their shit. So, you're going to have something.
So it ain't no way that that's happening. People are like it's too much ingenuity. I'll go to Home Depot and have me one in a minute. The thing would be the ammunition, you know, being able to get that powder and make your ammunition and stuff. That would be where it'd be, you know, smuggling and shit would change. But putting them niggas on the island, putting a whole bunch of motherfuckers on the island, you know what I'm saying? And saying I don't really trust that much myself because I know human nature. That motherfucker turn into Mad Max. That motherfucker be over there be done invented a nuclear damn weapon or something out that bitch. That's why I say, you know, I think it'll be industrialized too. That shit'll turn into the Running Man. Because I know I'll fly a drone over that motherfucker and start putting up some social media shit, try to make some money. Like, look at these motherfuckers killing each other. Like, I'll be making all kind of money on that damn island. I have a drone up there looking at all that shit. That shit'll be the hottest news there ever been. Like, damn. And all the people from New Jersey are getting dropped off this week, you know, at 5. Boo boo, I have so many specials going on that island. Okay, the food drops coming. You seen how they acted in, where was that? That border drone and those drones was shooting at those people in the refugee camp. Where I forgot exactly where it was, but you seen how many people viewed that shit in less than like 10 minutes? I forgot. Like 100 million views in 10 minutes. Shit, that island would be a money-making situation. That shit would turn into every movie we thought. That's why I say I think in a way it's coming. Another way, I still don't like what's going to happen. But I do think
they
that
already had it in the Epstein files.
Oh, they wrote this shit down, huh?
Nah, they already had it. They were saying this shit, talking about hunting niggas. Then that woman said she was hunted by some political figures. Basically, it's human hunting, nigga. Drop a motherfucker out in the woods and they gotta get away.
Damn, that'll be crazy. It'll be make a lot of damn money to see how long the betting would go crazy.
I read a book about this shit. I read a book about this shit before.
I'm saying what we proposing is really like Lord of the Flies, really. You know what I'm saying? These people just getting dropped off in the plane and being in these areas. I would say, in my mind, how you saying dropping off shit and everything, that's the other part that I say don't work. Because if we ain't trying to pay for this shit, we ain't trying to pay for this shit. So y'all get your ass dropped off and you fend for yourself. You can't make it 2 days, you can't make it 2 days. You can survive there for the rest of your life, and you a bad motherfucker. But I don't think that I should, if you getting dropped off, I don't think I should be paying no taxes to feed your monkey ass. Why isn't it better for you just to be gone? So if you get dropped off and you can make it, then you're a bad motherfucker. If you can't make it, then that was the whole reason we did the shit. So I don't got to keep paying for your ass.
Yeah, man. If anybody's interested in the debates, like I said, get in the Discord or tag me on X, and or email me at plugsexstories@gmail.com. We will be doing debates, cash prizes. I'm gonna think of a couple of things. Since we have different people on the platform, we'll choose different things to debate. It's not gonna just be open debate, call in with whatever. We'll have, a few different topics.
It'd be smarter to have a debate a subject rather than leave it fucking just open mic. Yeah, man, Dorsey crazy, cause that nigga had me dying over here. That nigga said I had my banana hammock just walking through the house. This nigga is crazy. That nigga said I have my dong on. Nigga, you gotta have a lot of confidence to say that shit. When a nigga say he don't give a fuck, he don't give a fuck. And that's 100%. Nigga say, hey, nigga, that was the last thing I thought I was gonna hear tonight. Like, this nigga Dorsey said he was gonna walk around his dong and he ain't had sex in 5 years.
Yeah,
he done hung up his
he's damn tripping. But now, how you feel about the warrantless? How you feel about the warrantless arrest? You feel like
the
Dorsey?
where?
Warrantless arrest.
Oh yeah, that's something I did want to speak on. I don't feel like I'm kind of 50-50, but the point of property and vehicles, I feel a little bit more on. You know what I mean? So if it comes down to the point of you entering a building or the point of how you have to approach cars in different situations like that, then I feel more like those should be warranted situations or more ethical, I would say, situations of dealing with finding out who people are. But on a regular, the point that because you speak another language, like on the point of, I agree with Dorsey 100%, that profiling shit, I've been saying it for a while now, but welcome to my world, motherfuckers. Oh, there's too many beanies in the car. There's too many dreads in the car. Oh, he's walking while black. He's driving while black. He's at school while black. Now, this profiling stuff is a situation that's what I'm saying. Welcome to my world. You know what I mean? So they're going to go, you got a rag hanging out your pocket, you got something on your head. What are you, a Latin king? What are you? This profiling stuff that's United States policy already. So on that point, you getting the worst end of the stick on that. And on that point, when they were saying, hey, everybody needs to learn English and do that, why? Well, you're seeing why now. You go over there and you say, and they be like, hey, man, you know what I'm saying? Where are you headed? Where you coming from that Walmart? They go, Watermark? And your ass is in trouble right now. They about to fuck with you. So I'm sorry, you're getting profiled. You know what I'm saying?
Top Cat. Damn, Chad. Press 1 if y'all can hear me. I can't hear Top Cat. Alright, man. I don't know what's going on. I know it said my camera got too damn hot, but I don't know what happened to Top Cat. I'm calling you back now. I don't know why it's not ringing. Oh, damn. That shit sound terrible. Hold on, Jay. Alright, chat. Type 1 out if I'm back. Type 1 out if I'm back. Let me see if Top Cat here still. Where the hell is Top Cat? I don't even know what soldering is, Ms. Bones.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah, I got you, right?
Yeah, I don't know what happened. That might just kept hanging up. I was trying to call back a couple times. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, man, that gave me a couple seconds to look at the chat a little bit and see. I was trying to read Carlos' little comment real quick because I kind of understand what I'm saying is going to be controversial in a lot of people's eyes. And it is my personal experiences that are making me say what I'm saying. But this profiling thing, due to the warrants, I'm not with it. It's always been terrible. But it came to a point, like I said, when these things were going on, everybody picked what they picked when I'm getting profiled, or people like me are getting profiled. You pick what you pick. Y'all all stand to the side and let them do that shit to me. There's a couple people that might be like, man, that's tore up. But most of the people are just happy that it ain't happening to them. So all I'm saying is welcome to my world on the profiling shit. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to that world on that shit. At least before you had a profile that dealt with your identity and it wasn't being looked at like that. Now, I'm not saying it's wrong for being yourself or having an accent or being who, you know, basically being a product of your culture, but you're getting the penalties with it just like everybody else that ain't on the better side of things. It's not fair. It ain't cool, but it is what it is. And my shit hasn't gotten no better. Now, I ain't gonna lie about it. Over the last 2 years, it has gotten better because of that reason. I roll a little bit cleaner now because I know that I'm not the one being profiled the same. My profile doesn't mean the same thing that it's been meaning for a long time right now. Does it mean it's gonna shift back? I don't know. But right now, it's not the same exact thing because other people are being profiled just as well. So everybody's on their own spectrum. So get your shit right. That's all I can tell him, or you'll end up on Plug's Island. You'll be on Plug Death Island.
Nah, for sure, man. Yeah, we just hanging out, finna get up out of here. We'll probably do a panel tomorrow. I ain't gonna do one tonight. Shit, I went live for 2-3 hours earlier, then I worked a full shift, and now we live here. I don't even know how long we've been live on this one. 3 hours.
Hey, I ain't been researching. You know, I don't be on there. I'll be trying to stay in my book with that Epstein stuff. I've been seeing some wild stuff come out. Like, I don't know how this is going to shift things and how long it's going to take for them to say if there's going to be a situation where there's going to be criminal charges but from looking at how that Diddy case just went, what the hell is going to go on with any case that goes on with this? And if his case had a RICO in front of it, how in the hell can you say there ain't going to be no RICOs involved in anything that gets charged in these files?
I don't know. The Clintons just said that they want to testify and they want their testimony to be public.
Wow. That's a good way to try to clear your damn name. Transparent as possible. And this Iran situation, talking about they ready for war. What you feel about them talking about that missile or whatnot?
What missile?
They supposed to have developed an intercontinental missile that could actually reach the United States.
I don't know. They've been touting that for a long time, or trying to get there. But what I will say is, I seen Obama said that the arms treaty ends, I think tomorrow.
Damn.
So that means that Russia, China, and all of them, they'll be able to, the arms treaty where we were supposed to stop making weapons and all of that. Russia just put theirs up. China kept making them, so it's just shit. It'll be Trump ain't got a new deal struck.
It's gonna be wide open.
Putin said he would extend the deal for a year. This was a while back, and Trump was like, shit, he ain't worried about it. They'll get a new deal done and all of this, and here we are, damn, a day and a half later, a day and a half away, and it ain't done.
Yeah, I also heard today that they finally have just put boots on the ground in Nigeria.
I haven't heard anything about that.
I saw something that said that they've been sending a couple troops down there to Nigeria since that first little military situation. It's the first push in Nigeria since then. So they're saying that there's actually boots on the ground.
There you go.
And that's
New START, the last remaining nuclear arms treaty between the U.S. and Russia, is set to expire on the 5th, tomorrow, marking the end of over 50 years of bilateral limits on strategic nuclear weapons. Barring a last-minute agreement, this expiration will usher in a new era of unconstrained nuclear arsenals for the world's two largest nuclear powers. Russia proposed a one-year extension to allow negotiations. Donald Trump has not formally responded, stating if it expires, it expires. We'll just make a better deal. The U.S. insists any new agreement must include China, which is rapidly expanding its nuclear arsenal and is projected to reach 1,000 warheads by 2030. China has refused to participate, calling such demands unreasonable. The treaty's collapse removed caps on deployed warheads, currently limit to 1,550 each, launches bombers, and ends verification measures like on-site inspections and data exchanges. Since 2023, Russia has suspended participation in verification protocols, citing Western support for Ukraine, and the U.S. has reciprocated by withholding compliance data. Experts warn expiration could trigger a new nuclear arms race, increase worst-case scenario planning, and heighten the risk of accidental conflict. The Bulletin of Atomic Scientists Doomsday Clock now stands at 85 seconds to midnight, the closest ever, citing the treaty's impending lapse as a key factor. Without New START, there will be no legally binding arms control agreement between the U.S. and Russia for the first time since 1970s, ending a cornerstone of global strategic stability.
Wow. So they're saying since the Cuban Missile Crisis, or the Cuban nuclear crisis, that's when they struck up the deal, and this is how long it's been since that.
Fries, what do you mean we're getting it all wrong? I'm literally reading the article. I'm reading the article. Like, this is from the article. I mean, the Guardian has it posted. Obama retweeted it. What am I getting wrong?
Prior to this now, I didn't see him.
I'm just saying, I haven't even stated an opinion on it, so it's like, that was Ronald Reagan. I never said who it was. It just said in the 70s.
Yeah, I'm figuring it talking about since the Cuban Missile Crisis.
No, the START is saying that the START treaty is the last remaining treaty. It's saying that I don't know.
I think it changed over the years.
Right. I think this is the last remaining one.
I still don't know why how many, like China's tripping, how much nuclear shit do you need? Like, what are you planning on doing? Damn. What is your plan? Like they plan on blowing up this whole damn earth and going somewhere else or something. It's crazy. Especially for the landmass that they live on. They know nuclear fallout in their area in any way is going to do a lot of damage. It's going to take a lot of people off the planet. And so I don't know why they're doing that. Like, why y'all got to have so much of that? What are y'all planning? Damn.
It says SALT I deal was signed in May 1972, and so the New START was signed later. So when I say the deal, they've had some kind of treaty in place since the 70s. Yeah, I guess it's SALT I deal was in 72, and then right here, according to the Guardian, it says New START deal was signed in 2010. I don't know. This is on the Guardian. New START, the demise of New START could in turn threaten the 1970 Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty (NPT), under which states nuclear weapons pledge not to acquire them as long as weapon states make good faith efforts to disarm. The NPT is next up for review this year.
That's the one I remember. I remember that title for the treaty. But nevertheless, I guess it seems like it's synchronized, right? Like all this is synchronized right now. Things that ain't on everybody's mind right now, but it's synchronized.
Oh, you said you was talking about Nigeria? I don't know anything about Nigeria. I don't know. That was Top Cat talking about Nigeria, Fries. I wasn't talking about Nigeria. Go ahead.
If you can check that and see if they got see if they have anything up on it real quick, plug. I think so. Somebody posted it, or I saw it that Nigeria they just put U.S. boots just hit the ground in Nigeria, basically. Like today or yesterday, we have troops actually afoot in Nigeria. just what I heard. I don't know
Earlier
exactly
today with House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries of New York.
Yeah, so that's I just saw that. I don't know what mission or what they're trying to do. I don't know what the hell they out there for. You know, that seems kind of like a ploy to say that somebody attacked them or something so they can go do some more military, you know, saying missions and shit. And, well, I don't know why they would be there, but we'll see. If they supposed to be there to protect Christians? I don't know.
Deployment follows a meeting between General Anderson and Nigerian President Tinubu late 2025 aimed at enhancing counterterrorism efforts in West Africa. Comes after U.S. airstrikes on Islamic State targets in Sokoto State December 25th, which nations described as a joint operation. The U.S. team brings a unique capabilities to support Nigerian forces battling jihadist groups like Islamic State, West Africa Province, ISWAP, and Boko Haram. The mission focuses on intelligence sharing, surveillance, and advisory support rather than direct combat. It's a small team of military officers.
So they're going out there to teach them how to, basically a counterterrorism type thing. They're going to teach them how to handle their stuff and collect information so that they can fight against these so-called terrorist groups. That's cool. That's okay. That makes sense then. But I did read that then I wasn't off. It's wild. Does it seem like they lying or what?
I don't know. At this point, I don't know.
After Venezuela, what can you say? These drug boats. Now they over here. We're just trying to stop these people, these bad people in West Africa. What's up y'all sleeve, damn it? Iran got these, we supposed to be provocating on Iran. They're going to help them get information on terrorist groups in Iran. We consider them a terrorist station pretty much. What the hell is going on? This seems weird. I wish Steve Ash was on here so he could give his opinion, because I know he probably knows something about this shit.
Yeah, I was going to do a panel, but I don't want to keep falling asleep on y'all every night.
Yeah, I hear you. Shit. I feel you. You already said you done put in shit a day and a half already. Yeah, man. So that was on that issue. I just was looking at that like they can drop troops there and train them. I was looking at some other stuff. Like I say, everybody must think I got a sweet spot for Sudan or something when it ain't really that. It's just my biggest comparison of conflict right now and watching things work, and I see that nobody is trying to do too much to help them militarily wise or go and straighten it out or even be to a point of where they have enough press or anybody from our consulates down there to make sure that different humanity crises and different war crimes aren't happening. They get put in way late after the things are happening, and I see the push towards any other conflicts in the world. And people say, well, how
Yeah, I seen that, OG. Hold on, OG asked that I see that. Yeah, OG, I seen what you put in there. He said China selling all the U.S. debt. They've been doing that for a little minute now.
Yeah, man. So I don't know. I'll just watch the comparison of how they, like right now, okay, you over there battling this in West Africa, but right in Sudan we have a conflict going on. They keep talking about stopping wars, and we didn't stop 8 wars. Why is this one not matter to Trump at all? Like, why does it not matter? We have a government got made, basically they cooped and made a government, and then this is like some other fighters, the same thing that usually always change into what we call terrorist groups, and was a terrorist called a terrorist group before. You don't have nothing to say about this situation where there's Christians, a whole bunch of Christians and stuff dying, but you are off in Nigeria, you're off in all these, you be talking about Greenland, and all this, and this many people are being affected, dying, starving, being starved, running refugee situations, and I don't see us saying much about it. I don't know what our problem with that situation is, but I think it's got a lot to do with him talking to that prince and dealing with those different emirates, man.
And they ain't went viral yet.
You said what?
It ain't went viral yet.
I don't know how many. That's what I'm saying. I don't know how many of them got to die. We already up into some pretty mass numbers. You know what I'm saying?
You got to think Trump didn't start talking about helping the Nigerian Christians until the video started going viral. Nicki Minaj and them spoke out. Then Trump got to talking about something.
Yeah, maybe but that's what I'm saying. I don't know what the beef is with Sudan, that there ain't any larger figures speaking about the situation. So, like, I don't get what everybody's problem with watching these people die. That 2013, their country is young. This ain't no Ukraine stuff. This ain't, their country is young. They had to make a double country just for them to try to survive. They already went to the lowest part of it. Now they're being persecuted and murdered and raped and all these different things, and the whole world don't have nothing to say about it. So it's my big comparison point to everything else that goes on. It ain't that I'm sweet for no situation there. It's just it's a major comparison point, and that's what I was bringing it back to this. Like Carlos was talking about profiling. This is the biggest case of profiling that there is. They are really just getting murdered because they because basically just straight up because they're black. And if you don't align yourself with the Arab thing, and you align yourself with being black, being black, or you look to that extent, or you don't basically come under their Gnostics, you're out of here. You know what I'm saying? They really are just offing people, and it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? That the whole world don't have nothing to say about that, but they say the land of the free, the home of the brave, and all this stuff. We're freedom fighters. And all this different stuff, but they don't care about that. But they ran the hell over there to Ukraine real quick to help them. There was all kind of people who was wanting to go over there to help them. So I just don't see it, And I hope all them Africans that ran their ass to the Ukraine is looking at this situation too. Oh, we need to help them and all that stuff. I hope y'all looking at this situation. You ain't even trying to handle shit in your backyard, but your ass to go to Central fucking Europe holding weapons and trying to fight some shit that you don't know about. And you won't help the people right in your backyard. It says, love thy neighbor. Why in the hell is your ass all the way in Alaska?
Thanks, Gito.
And what else? I mean, I had to go to the store earlier. What else, real quick, did you show on there? I was looking at a couple things. I know I missed some shit. Because it seemed like you cut short a little bit. Dorsey kind of took
Thank
the
you,
show.
Fries. I'm trying to find the Discord. Hold on. Oh, we watched Caroline Levitt talk. We watched the Congress, or Senate,
Peter
whatever.
Jeffries,
We watched the victims of the ICE shootings and ICE happenings talk before the Senate.
Okay. Now, that's what I was going to ask you. So, with the situation with the old girl that got bumped on 9 times or whatever, and she's supposed to be generation or whatnot. All right, so she's this or that. Okay, so she said she spun back around and started honking in her neighborhood, telling everybody that La Migra's there or immigration or ICE or whatever.
She had been doing that before, prior to the ICE encounter.
Oh, so she did that first.
Yeah, and then she was on her way to drop off some, clothes to the homeless. And she just happened to be in the right lane. The ICE officers in the left lane, they're turning. But the way you turn, the ICE agent swerved into her lane and sideswiped it.
They did it on purpose. They were in pursuit.
They weren't trying to pull her over in there.
So it was an accident.
Yeah.
And then she said she was scared because she knew how they've been treating people and whatever.
No, they jumped out the car on her. After they sideswiped her, they jumped out the car on her like it was her fault.
Damn. So did they even exchange words?
Yeah, she was trying to say something. I forgot what she was trying to say. But then
So
she drove. I think she said something about she ended up driving, and she just felt getting shot.
Yeah, she said she had felt like she got hit, And then she felt like, she thought she got hit by some pepper balls or something like that. And then she kept smashing. And then she heard the back window bust out, or one of the windows bust out. And she kept feeling the bullets going and, hitting her and whatnot. So that's why I was like, was it kind of the same situation? I mean, that's weird for you to get in an accident and they all hopped out on you and for you to act that way. But we saw in the other video how they hopped out on old boy when he kicked the back of that damn car. Like, wow, see, they hopped out like it was about to be some business, So it was like, I'm looking at was that kind of the same situation? She never got out the car and they just started dumping at her. And if she was driving away like that, did one of them try to jump in front of the car? What was their reason for bumping at her like that instead of pursuing her? Where did she pose a threat to their lives for them to bump at her? Can you hear me, Plug?
I'm looking. I'm trying to find the video.
Oh, okay.
I
I'm
thought
just
it was
making
a
sure.
video of her being shot.
Cut out on us before. Yeah, I'm just wondering, like, what was the imminent threat for them to use deadly force? I wonder if she had a dash cam too.
Damn, I'm trying to find.
So they definitely probably seen her ass driving around yelling out to her neighborhood and shit.
Probably.
So they might have had a little bit of, vindictiveness towards her already.
Then they took pictures of her while she was bleeding out.
Yeah, when she was talking about, I don't give consent for you guys to film me. That's crazy. And she said she went into a pole because she didn't want to pass out while she was and hurt anybody else. So she wound up doing that. I was watching that part, but it seemed weird because it still wasn't no point. Like, okay, if she was past them or y'all got in an accident and she pulled off and there was no threat to nobody's lives, why wouldn't y'all pursue her instead of just bumping off? And what were you thinking was going to happen? And if she was a legal alien just trying to get away, then why is it still a murder sentence for her? What made her, what made her the people that we're getting some bad people off the streets and getting them out this country? What made her one of those bad people if you never knew who the hell she was and you know that there wasn't, more than one person in the car?
She was in California at Brighton Park.
Yeah. Brighton Park?
That's what it says.
See, is that because that sounds familiar? Pacoima or something?
Ichicados.
That's messed up, man. I'd hate that. And then I wonder remember when what's his name, that brother, that cop that was out here tripping, man, and those cops wound up shooting them two Asian ladies, I think it was two Asian ladies that were throwing out papers in the morning. They shot the truck up thinking it was Donner, some dude Donner, and they shot the two Asian ladies because they put 15 holes in the back of that truck. They survived too, but they shot two ladies up just being scared and trying to shoot somebody else. So I know, there's mistakes that can happen, but that seems kind of weird for you to actually dump that truck up like that. What did they think was going to happen behind it? That's almost like some war shit, you know what I'm saying? Like when
they try to say she tried to run the agents over too.
Oh, okay.
Basically, after they rammed her car and it was like two cars in front of her, jumped out on her and shit like that, she tried to drive off, I'm assuming, and they just shot the car up.
Well, I don't know what to say about that because I can't tell people, like, I've been in situations myself. I would say for myself it would be different because I'm actually, I've been around weaponry and stuff like that, but people that ain't used to that, I can't tell people how someone's going to react when you have 9, 10 barrels pointed at you. I don't know how other people would feel. I've been around them, so you'll try to talk your way out of it. It's imminent if you've been around weaponry, but if you don't, it's a real scary situation. Every time I've had one pulled on me, it took a second for me to get control of my motherfucking inside. Like shit, the first thing that happens when a gun hits your face and you don't know the person and you know they're violent towards you, shit. First thing you gotta do is control your bowels, bro. Like, oh shit, the motherfucker trying to kill me or unalive me or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So your body does something until you get used to being in those situations or you know what the hell's going on. So it's hard for me to think that people won't try to drive away or turn their head away or they don't know the reaction to have when there's going to be fire in the air. You know what I mean? So it's hard for me to say what a person is going to do, but I know the natural reaction for any person when there's going to be imminent death or pain or anything like that involved is to try to get away. Try to turn away, get away, anything to try to avoid the situation. And they know that's a natural human reaction too, so it's kind of crazy for them not to be trained well enough to see that if somebody's moving more in fear or if they're moving in a situation where you can tell if they're trained for these situations. So she tried to run some officers over is what they said. All right, I just wanted to see about that one because I was going to say if I was trying to find out if they were going to say the same thing as Pratt, you feel me, or that Pritt, whatever, I forgot the dude's name.
Pretty, yeah. Pretty.
I'd like to see them, them doing their duties. That's what I thought that they were going to say.
Hell yeah, we finna get up out of here though, Top Cat, before I go to sleep.
Hell yeah, man. I'm about to turn it in too.
All
right.
right.
One love, 100, man.
Alright, chat, man. We finna get up out of here. I'll see y'all on the next one, man. We'll be back tomorrow. I'm not even gonna gas y'all up like I'm gonna be here in the morning, because I'm probably not, but we will see, chat. We will see. Double tap the screen, shut the live out, and I'll see y'all on the next one, chat.